Good evening everybody, and welcome to my Sunday night stream. I hope everyone is well this fine and a very hot Sunday evening. At least it's hot here in the UK. Let's have a look and what have we done since my last stream? Let's have a think about this. So I was last on Thursday evening, and I've since been on a couple of times, Friday night and Saturday, and a bit on this morning. So I've been able to do some various auctions and get things reset. The main thing I did off stream was get El Morte over to Pandaria and try out a few Ghost Iron Ore runs. That was awesome. Really enjoyed that. So let's have a look. Let's start things off by looking at my chart and see where we're at in the road for 5 million. Let's bring that up here, and then I can bring it over and have a look. Hey Scorshane, how are you? It's 28 degrees for you, and it's been very similar for us here, so very hot for us here in the UK. Oh, that's still loading. There we go. Uptime 1 minute and 6 seconds. Hi Nuspand, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. We've literally just started the stream, so welcome on board. How are you this fine Sunday? So that's for some reason still loading. Let's see if we can get this over this side and refreshed. Hasn't got my graph loading in yet, so let's have a quick reorganize of that, see if we can refresh it. See if that now comes up. Here it is, coming through, hopefully. Finally made it. Watched my videos, been trying to catch me live. You're fine, thanks for asking. Excellent. Well, welcome on board. Thanks for coming around. We're just very slowly loading up our Road to 5 million daily target. And Revier, thank you ever so much for the follow. With the dramatic music ending, let's have a look. So we're looking at the chart for my Road to 5 million. As you can see, we're a bit underneath. The sales these past couple of days haven't been amazing, but I've got a good feeling about today because I saw this morning that there were quite a lot of enchant sales already. So I was able to do a quick restock first thing this morning. So I'm hoping for a decent mailbox opening tonight. Now everything has changed because TSM 4 is now in open beta. So that means anyone can get TSM 4 if they want it. I believe I've updated my link. Let me just do TSM 4. I believe that link should get it in. You are planning on a nice lax day off for leveling the Lightfrost Draenei. Okay, you're 30 now. But my Darkmoon Fair starts today. I'm in desperate need of fish. Well, there you go. That's an incentive if ever there was one. You need to get your fish. Darkmoon Fair for... let's have a look. Does that start now for me? Yes, it does. I'm not sure what I'm going to need Darkmoon Fair wise, other than perhaps another few leveling for my alchemy, and maybe... I think leatherworking's now at 800. So I could maybe just up my alchemy by 5 levels. That could be something I could do with Darkmoon Fair. So let's have a look. Yeah, as I was saying, TSM mailing has now changed. Now we've got the new TSM 4 mailing thing, which does... they've changed it now. They've just changed it so that it now says total gold is the gold earned. Okay, so that's new. And the S's are the sales and the E's are the expires. So we've got 66 mails. So let's take the expires out. Wow, that's pretty fast. So that leaves me with 13, which is my sales, which is 17,000. And I believe the rest of them should also be sales. Let's just wait for that to come through. Where's the timer now? I can't see a timer telling me when it's next going to refresh. That's missing. Well, let's just give it a while and see what it does. Because everything's a bit new now, and the whole gathering and crafting has completely changed as well. Now we've got this task list, which if I do /TSM task list, task list, no, task list. And that brings up this list here. And now we've got all 29 males, which is total gold 32,000. Okay, that's pretty nice. So this is the task list. This shows me all my tailoring cooldowns I could possibly do, plus my temporal crystals, secret drainer enchanting. There's no real way to filter this at the moment. Good evening, Costa. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How has your weekend been? Hope it's all been good with you. We're just going through the new features of TSM 4 at the moment. So for me, a lot of these I won't need to do other than perhaps hexweave cloth would be one I'd want to do. Need materials, it says, for that. For all these ones. I'm not sure if that's fully working though, because I didn't see that. And then enchanting, we've got, so this is open, and then we could make a temporal crystal. We don't need to do that anymore. Don't know whether I need to really bother with a Shar crystal. But let's look at our sales for the moment. So we'll leave this for now, the task list. Let's focus on the mail. So we've got enchants, weapons, immaculate fibril. That's a good one for 6,000. More bear tartars selling. The potion of treasure finding. Didn't realise I was putting that one on for sale, but I've sold it, which is good. 996 is not a great amount though. I could have done with that being over 1,000. And Tome of Illusions, bear tartar, some food. Okay, so a fair amount, 32,000. So let's open that up. And then we can have a look and see what we need to restock on. Now this is where we can see whether the new TSM is going to work for me, because I tried it this morning and it was a little bit slow for me with Mr. Potato. So hopefully we're not going to be too bad. Get great use from the task list after it adds all the things that Gunn was talking about. A bit scatterbrained when it comes to remembering what to do daily, so it'll be great help. Yeah, exactly, Scorshane. That I can see it's going to be good. I just need to be able to filter it out with some things that I definitely won't want to do, and to be able to ignore some things and put some other things on. So let's have a look at my auctions. Is anything going to expire? There's a few bits and pieces, so let's get those off and reposted on first, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at what the task list does with my gathering, because it was a bit weird this morning. I'm going to see if it works properly this time. What was the other one for 12 hours? Is there anything worth taking off there? No, I'll leave those. They'll be fine. Good afternoon, Adonia. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your day been? Or day just starting for you, isn't it? So let's open all of these up. These have all got the C next to them from cancels. There we go. I like that the font's changed. That's quite nice. I like the new font. It makes it a bit clearer in my eyes. So let's run a post scan of all of those. See how that goes. Let's just move that off to the side. Nice and relaxing so far. Little sleepy baby girl didn't sleep so long. That's a shame. Yeah, sleep is always the tricky one, to make sure you've got enough of it. So we've got a couple of good pets here that were gifts that I may or may not be able to sell. So we'll see how those go. We've also got the enchants that have been cancelled or expired. What else have we got coming in? Food, most food I think is posted up already. Good evening, Mr. Deadfellow, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? Hope all has been good. Right, here we go. 50 pages scanned, 63 auctions to go on. Let's post them up. There we are. Very well, sold lots of stuff. Well, that's exactly how we want it to be. There we go, nearly there. Now I had this before. Commander Root, thank you ever so much for the follow. Welcome on board. It got stuck at posting at a certain amount. This is, I think, a bug, because it's not doing any more and it's kind of stuck. I'm going to do a reload and see if I can fix that. Whether it's actually stuck or whether it posted them and it's stuck on the reporting that it's gone through, because I think last time I did this it didn't repost anything, it was done posting. So let's have a look, see how that works. Run another post scan and see if there's anything it's missed, or whether it actually got them, it just didn't get them correctly. Good evening, Jeff Brown, how are you? You sold a Panther, 3 50k pets, a few dice, and lots of transmog. And sniped, wow, a Skull Flame Shield for 1k. Very nice indeed. Okay, so we have got some things that didn't get posted. So they didn't make it through. So let's post those. Well, we got to one of them, and then it's stuck again. Clicking post doesn't work. It's the labour queue ribs it seems to be sticking on, perhaps. Okay, let's try another reload. Obviously some new teething errors. They've released a lot of new stuff with TSM 4, so I'm expecting more bugs as they iron out all the new things that have been introduced. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. It may be slightly difficult tonight as we go through this and we run through the teething problems. Right, let's try another post scan. I'm going to take the cooking off this time and just run everything else, because that's normally quicker. Carcosa, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? Let's do another scan. So this is just 8 pages. This should at least get the enchant on the Tome of Illusions. Now this time I'm going to just click post rather than using the macro and do it slowly. Okay, that worked. Let's go back one. Turn off everything and just put on the cooking and run another post scan, see how that works. Quite lazy? Excellent. Sometimes you need that. It's hot here, so I've not had the energy to do a great deal, but managed to get a few things done. Spent some time with the family, which was really, really nice. So we're going to post. Yeah, this one isn't posting. The labour queue ribs. For some reason, labour queue ribs does not want to post, undercutting the competition, and it's stuck there. What have we just sold? Bear Tartar. Excellent. So that's strange. If I go back into the auction house, it says starting scan. Okay, so let's do a reload. Let's see if we can fix that one up. Captain E, how are you? Doing very well here, thank you very much. How about yourself? They're just working out the new version of TSM 4 and its current teething problems we seem to be having at the moment. So my auction house should be back in action. So I'm going to leave the cooking off for now and we'll carry on and see if we can do some restocking. So that's going to be enchanting. We'll go to our groups and we'll restock selected groups. Now I don't see anything coming up here, so to me that means there's no... I did this morning, so that means there's been no sales, which is a bit weird, although that did flash up strangely there. Let's just click through these and go back just in case, because I did have some bugs with the display of the crafting queue. And I'll try and put up the task list as well. See, because now you're saying materials to gather, so there is stuff here. Been doing some crafting? Excellent, excellent. So that means if we go back to the crafting list, here it is. So we do need to make some stuff, it just didn't get shown. Now last time I had this, it showed me the profit, but this was blank. Now that time it didn't show everything. So this makes more sense. We got some things to craft, so let's do the ones we can. And now instead of the gathering window having a gather items, we now have to use the task list. So I'm going to type that in. Actually I did it from before. Oh no, that was a reload. /TSM task list. I'm going to have to do a macro of this, I think, because I've got a feeling I'm going to be using this a fair amount. So tailoring crafts we're going to take off. Gathering, we need to gather some fellwort. And we also need some light parchment according to that. But let's move this down. Let's change our screen space a little bit. There we go. Hooksnova, how are you? A little bit early today, yep. Managed to get most stuff done, so we were able to... Oh, that's the banking window. Okay, too many windows. There we are. We're just trying out TSM 4's new features. So if we click move, that should get the fellwort. There we go. And so we also need to... Is that from Awakening we need that? Light parchments from there, and buy from auction houses the temporal crystals. Now I could do with actually going over to my garrison to pick up my temporal crystal orders. So what I think I'm going to do, switch to the regular one. I've got this on daily cooldown, so we're going to do that. I'm going to leave this list up and I go off over to my garrison first and see what we can pick up that way, and then we'll come back to the auction house. So the main thing here is, we had our, what did we have? Our inn was upgrading to level 2. I'd forgotten about that. We need to do that. We might as well go through and do our garrison things whilst we're here. So completed missions, more resources, an armor set. Another relic, what's that do? An armor enhancement. See, the task list is kind of in the way there, so I'm going to tuck that off to the side. Oh, no, it's come back. Okay, it doesn't like being tucked off to the side. Can we move it down to the bottom? There we go. And then anything for resources, just that one. Anything for tailoring work orders, and we've got a weapon enhancement, we'll do that one. Might as well keep this carrying on, and that way we can come on out. Oh, Macro Priest, thank you ever so much for the follow. The ore trader, interesting. Now I don't need anything, I don't have much ore wise, so I'm going to leave that for now. Pick up my resources, and then let's head over and finish off our inn. Got 4 days to get enough gold for a token. You're only like 30,000. What do I recommend? 4 days. Are you EU or NA? Because that depends on the price of the token, would be my first question. And that gives you an idea as to how much gold you need. And then, but 4 days is not a lot. Your best option would be to your NA. So it's token prices, what are they about now? 200,000? So that would need about 170,000 gold you'd need. So if you were able to spend 4 days farming things, maybe with herbalism or mining, if you've got those. And Nussbin, thank you ever so much for the follow. The problem you'll have is maybe anything needs to sell. That's the main problem. How many characters have you got and what professions have you got? Have you got many at 110? Have you got many miners or herbalists? Because that might be your best option, finding something that sells quickly that you can shift in volume. You're new to the stream, setting up the garrison. I'm setting up the garrison for a bit of extra income. Yes, I am. My main reasons for doing this for my tailor and my enchanter, which is my main character, Samadan, is for the hexweave bags production, and also we want to get some more temporal crystals. So we're just working on the inn upgrade, so then we can get the scavenger people in, and so then we can do get more efficient with all our other things. Just run dungeons from like ICC up. The gold from just looting and selling junk will get it. Ah, there you go, Scorchin, that's a good idea. Hey Beware, how are you? Just started, if we missed a lot. No, we just started really. We've only been on for about sort of 20 minutes or so. Do I think the Hexweek bag is still going to be worth it, even with the new 30 slot bag coming in BFA? It depends how easy they are to get hold of, Jeff. I got a feeling that there'll be a crossover, and there'll come a point where one of them is going to be cheaper, and whichever one's the cheapest and the easiest to get hold of, that's the one that's going to sort of prevail over them. I don't know which one that's going to be at this stage. We just sold a dread leather jerkin for 22,000 gold. Very nice, Costa. Very nice indeed. So I'm going to go over to this first. Pick up my work orders. So we'll take that lot of hex weave and start off another lot. Oh, running low on sumptuous fur again. And then this side, we've got the enchanting work orders, where we've got some fractured temporal crystals. How many did we get? Did I just get the one? That's not a lot. No, we got... How many did we get? 67, 68. Okay, that's not bad. So we can convert those into temporal crystals, which is going to be very useful. So we want to get these work orders going. Oh, there's Oreo in the background. No, he's decided to walk off. So bags off, and then we can make some more of those, please. We've got plenty of Draenic dust. And then you're going to level up as well, so that's going to be a bit easier. There we are. Love how TSM just kind of randomly prices that stuff. It should base it on whichever version it is, unless you've got ignore random enchants on, in which case it might do it differently. Aha, here we go. This is a bit better. So, Headhunter. Now, this is what we want. Extreme Scavenger. Increases the garrison resources gained from a mission by 200%. Yeah, let's choose a recruit for that. What have you got? This is new. So what do I need to do? You got sap, you're a mountaineer, recklessness, dominate mind. That sounds good. Let's try this one.
Have a good one.
Let's try that. Not quite sure what that does at this stage, but we'll have a look. So what have we got? You're all done with those. How many temporal crystals have I got now? Can I make any more enchants from our list? I can make the Immaculate Fibril, so we can do that. And we still need another 6 temporal crystals, plus everything we need from here. Light Parchment, Heavenly Shard, Maelstrom Crystals, and some Volatile Airs. Okay, so I need to go back to the auction house, I think. But before I do that, I'm going to head off to Dalaran and finish that off. How do I make use of the crystals? Your main is a Tailor Enchanter. The temporal crystals I'm getting good sales on the Walls of Draenor enchants. I've still got one of each of most of those on, and they've been selling consistently for me, so I'm trying to make sure I keep enough temporal crystals in stock. It's pretty tricky at the moment. But if I have a look at the group, if I swap over to this, so the ones I'm doing is mainly, these are all the Legion ones. Let's just move this over here. And then the Draenor enchanting, I do Mark of the Blackrock. I haven't got these two on my list yet. I really ought to put those on. Mark of Shadow Moon looks like it could be worth doing. So I haven't got all of these weapons ones done yet. It looks like I might be worth doing those. But the cloaks I'm doing because they are all... they give you a movement speed boost. So those ones I'm doing one each of those. And then the next I'm doing everything except for the Mastery one, which has got a 0.06 sale rate. So I'm doing the Versatility, Haste and Critical Strike on those. And then the same with the rings. I'm doing Critical Strike, Haste and Versatility there. So those ones I've got one each of, and they seem to be selling quite well at the moment and at a decent enough profit. Might have to up the amount of them once I get enough temporal crystals running through. But we're going to go over and just do our Dalaran stuff before heading back to the auction house. Yeah, in general they sell pretty well. Yeah, it does seem to be the case. I had been focusing mainly on either Legion enchants or the ones like Crusader and Mongoose and the boots that give you the speed, the Pandarian ones. Oh, a couple of Nomi snacks there. That's good. Let's do some more wildfowl eggs. Another work order. That's done. And then let's see if there's anything to sell. Get rid of those. And then is there any food that we need to get rid of? Any slightly burnt food? I can't see any. Ah, there it is. Slightly burnt food. Okay, so I'll do those. And then we'll head up and we'll do our class order report because we've got a couple of things to go there. And then we'll come back to the auction house and finish off our crafting bits and pieces. Hey, Whiskey Jack, how are you? For you, the Elemental Force is a good seller. Not so much gold, though. Yes, Elemental Force is definitely one of my better ones. Let's see if I can get through there again. There we go. That's better. A little bit juddery there. Right, into my order halls. Let's do these. I'll just do this little circuit of stuff and then we'll come back and do our crafting. So I need to pick up some Dark Zealots.
I haven't got all day.
Right, click that rather than that. There we go. And then head on over here. Check my mission, which I believe is a gold mission. Yep, so that's another... Oh, that's 185. That's close. There's... Oh, what's this for? Well, there's a Centenax mission. That's worth doing it because we can turn those into Chaos Crystals. Haven't done one of those in a while. It is 1,000 resources, but I think that's fine. Even though Chaos Crystal prices have tanked, I haven't done that one in a while. But that leaves me at only 155% on this one. So I'm wondering... I'll randomly do it. It's 1,000 as well, so not the greatest of gold missions there. Okay, let's leave that one. Elemental Force is one of those enchants that's funny to reset, and they still sell great at 1 to 2k each. Around 149 gold on your realm. Wow, that is a lot lower. Do I need to do any more here? I was going to look at World Quest, but let's just have a quick look. There's an invasion on. There's a 4 bloods and a 3 bloods, but I'm okay with bloods at the moment, so I'm going to leave that for now. Let's focus on our enchanting bits and pieces. Although whilst I'm here, actually, I'm going to go pick up some light parchment. Normal price is about 80 gold there. Wow. Yeah, let's have a look at Elemental Force. What is it on mine? Let's have a look for enchanting. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Elemental Force. Currently going for 1,250. Crafting cost of 4 gold. So yeah, it's definitely doing all right on my realm. I've sold a total of 139 of them. The lowest I've sold them for is 32 gold, and the highest is 1,425. So we're at the higher end of my range at the moment. So my average is 834. Is this the TSM beta? Yes, it is. This is TSM 4 beta. It's just gone through a major upgrade just recently, so there's quite a few new teething problems with it at the moment, but it will settle down. That was a quick fix for the TSM crew. Guns were just saying that they didn't have the total gold in the mailbox like before, and it's on there today. Yeah, they just released a new one about this afternoon. So, yeah, obviously by popular demand, it's back. So it's pretty good. You've got to admire the TSM team for being able to turn things around so quickly. Hey Shantajin, how are you? How's your weekend been? Hope all is good with you. So we still need some more temporal crystals, and we also need all these bits for the Town of Illusions Cataclysm. So what I'm going to do is I want to head over to somewhere enchanting, so I can pick up the, what was it, light parchment, /TSM, No, do it on the enchanting actually. Let's have a look here. Any recent tips for a little gold making? What to farm and sell? You're not a crafter or a flipper or auction house player. Just tell me some tips. Gladly appreciated. Oh, okay. Alcarin, I would suggest ones that I know farming wise for materials, not transmog. I would say farm shadow silk, farm ember silk, and farm volatiles. Those would be the ones I would suggest. Though today it's not a good number, so you could have gone without it haunting you. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Ember Silk, as Huxnaver said. Ember Silk is a good one because the price is quite high and people are trying to do the bandage achievement before the pre-patch hits. Doing good, you hit 1 million and then had to buy game time, so then chart took a dip. Yep, that happens, still can't hit the Dino's tail. Well, you'll get there, it just takes time. And then it takes variety and then more time playing the game. Been following you at YouTube? No worries, thank you ever so much. 3,200. That is a weak one. I've had some pretty low ones of late, score Shane. So you're not alone there. Right. Closest enchanting supplier will be in the trade district. And enchanting is this one. Haven't been in here in a while. So I want enchanting supplies. Now what did I want particularly was the light parchment. So have you got some light parchment, or do I need to get that from someone else? It would appear I need to get that from someone else because the vellum's here.
Good luck, friend.
But I think I'm going to need it from someone else. The inscription vendor, thank you very much. So your inscription vendor is going to be here, right next door. Light parchment is on your mount. That would be great if I had the mount, but I don't have it. Inscription supplies, here we go. So we're going to go for light parchment, and let's take 50 for now. Don't think I need that much of it. Right, what else have we got here? Let's just create that whilst I'm here. Going through my bits and pieces I've got collected. Recipe scraps there. We can get rid of those ones. Don't need those. Just tidy up a little bit. Okay. And then the other things I needed on my enchanting was the heavenly shards, volatile earth, and volatile air. So let's have a look. And have a look. Spend the 12k to get the mount. Helps in leveling to not have to find a vendor. Absolutely, Lewis. It's been mentioned to me once before, especially when doing the Mote of Harmony farm. I could have done with a vendor just to be able to sell some of my trash. So it's one of those things I definitely need. Bag add-on I use is called Addy Bags. It doesn't play that nicely with TSM. There's always an overlay issue. But if I do /bags, there we go. That gives you the link to the Addy Bags add-on. Well, not a link to it, but it tells you the name of it to search out for. So if we do /TSM task list now, what have we got left? Let's have a look. Just go right by it right now. This is true, I could do, but I'm focusing on doing these at the moment. So we could make heavenly shards. So let's test this out. Let's see how this would look. Let's move this over this side. And I like to use the standard WoW interface for this. Heavenly shard will come from a maelstrom shatter. No, it won't. That will make maelstrom crystals. Where's my heavenly... Enchanting Crafts Heavenly Shard. Look, no worries. Chocolate Salesman, thank you ever so much for the follow. I'm going to get dinner and it's chicken, so messy fingers. We'll be quiet. Okay, no worries, Scoreshade. I read that in the wrong order. So looking at this, we need to... Let's have a look. Okay, so we need heavenly shards. Heavenly shards here in various things, but how do we get them is from the maelstrom crystal according to that. So if we look here and go, rather than searching for heavenly, we search for maelstrom. So it creates 2 heavenly shards from a maelstrom crystal. Okay, the right way around then. So we need to do that. How many do we need? Let's do 1. And then see if that updates. Or we can go and have a look at this and see how many we need. We need 10. So let's do that and then craft 1 of those. So that's 3, 4, 5. Do it another 3 times. Now this should update eventually. There it is, it's updated. And then the other things we'll need. This will update in a little while. It doesn't always update that quickly. There's a delicious imbalance in going for 5 million and not having either the mammoth or the yak. Yes. This is very true, Huxnaver. It's kind of like go big or go home. You can click on craft in the task list. Yeah, I haven't tried that actually. I could give that a go. So what have we got? According to this, we need to switch to Awakening to gather. I'm assuming that's for the volatiles. So let's try this out. Let's log out. See if this works. Yeah, that works. Enter world. You actually never bought the yak. Okay, Mr. Honkit, I'm not alone then. That's good to know. We're just trying out this new task list and seeing how it works. We want to basically sort of test it out as part of the beta, and also we want to just see how it does work, because it's replaced the gathering window. Hey, right one too, how are you? And oh, congrats on the mod at gummies. Oh, congratulations. Right, so now we've got a new task list, which is all the stuff from the alchemy crafts cooldowns, but we also want to get from bank these lot. Okay, so this is our list of stuff we need to do. Use outside. I am outside now. There we are. So in here, open the bank tab.
You need something?
And let's see how this works. Okay, so there's the bank tab, there's that, and then we move these to get the volatiles. Now we need to mail them to Samadan, so let's go over and do these. Helping him with better mog, yeah, certainly could do with some of that. Although I'm no one to say for sure with my transmog on Awakening here. So now we've got this looking a bit messy. Let's just minimize that. So the next task list is mail to Samadan, the volatile earth and air. So let's do that. So that's now sent. We want to buy the stuff from the auction house. So we're going to switch to Samadan. It's working quite well in terms of giving you a list of things to do. I mean, there's a lot of jumping around here for just a small couple of enchants. You'd probably gather these up in bulk in different ways, but it's a good way to test the system. That's in the hopeless category of things. Yeah, you never know. It's one of those things I just never got round to personally with transmog on some characters. I tried a bit with Samadan, but I've got a very limited number of transmog because I always forget to use it. Hey Jack, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? Hope it's all been good. Right, so now we need to go to the mail, and we also need to go to the auction house. So let's head back to the tavern. I think we've done everything we need here. Do I scan the auction house from WoW or use the desktop app? It's all incorporated into TSM. You don't actually have to manually scan the auction house at all now. TSM does it within the TSM app and feeds the data through. Transmog is one of the first things you do on all your characters, is it? Yeah, my son's the same. He likes to make sure his transmog's all looking good and themed. Really good weekend? Excellent, good to hear, good to hear. And very nice and relaxing here with the family this weekend. Very kind of you. Very kind of you to say. I'm live on Twitch now. There we are. So, we should open the mail. So, let's open the mail. And then there should be a move option here. Let me close my bags down because they're getting in the way of seeing everything. So it's not registered that we've opened the mail yet, even though it's here. So let's just click it and open it up. That didn't seem to work, so let's click open all mail and wait for this to go through. So it's still a little bit rough around the edges. Sure hope they trim down some of the windows needed by launch. How much screen real estate it uses. Yeah, it does use a lot, especially for someone like myself who is fairly low resolution. I mean, I'm only running it at about 1300 by 700 and something. So it's only slightly higher than 720p. Still waiting on the last few TSM 3, tier 3 items on your hunter. Okay. Did you get the priest one? Okay. Can't be that pricey. No, I don't know what the tier 3 stuff looks like. So the last thing we want here, let's move this over, is temporal crystals. We can do a shopping scan for this because I have a group for all the various temporal bits that I might need. So we'll run a shopping scan on those. It's going from 3 to 4 hard to do. It's a little bit weird. I converted over early on, so I've grown with TSM 4 as it's gone through all the beta stages and introduced new things. However, that said, I would say TSM 4 is a lot more intuitive. There are, because they just released a whole load of new features, there are more bugs than usual right now at the moment. So if you're cautious about it, I would suggest maybe waiting for a week or two whilst they iron out these latest bugs. But I'll definitely say it's worth doing. Hey Sporkus, how are you? Vestments of faith would be for the priest. Oh, okay, let's have a look at these. Oh yeah, I could see myself looking for something like that. Yeah, definitely. Just move my windows around. There we are. You're speaking more like getting your groups and operations into TSM4. Well, that should happen automatically. It should get all your stuff should transfer over, and then organising your groups and operations is really, really easy in TSM4. I much prefer it. Can I help you with the problem you're having for the last 2 days, or someone in stream might be able to help? If we can help, we will. Struck with luck. It's your first day on TSM4, lots of bugs. I'm sure it'll get better. It will. It will. They've just released a whole load of new features, so I'm expecting quite a few bugs at this stage. Looking at these, I still need to buy some more temporal crystals. I need 6. So how much have we got the fractures? Because they're slightly cheaper. It's to anything under 2.9 is up to here. Oh, hashtag. Thank you ever so much for the follow. You only spent 9 million on your hunter set currently. 9 million, Mr. Honkit. That's loads. Well, if you got it to spare, then all the power to you. So, in order to get 6 of these, I need 60. I've already got 1, so I could pick up these scraps and then maybe get a few of these ones here. So, let's take a few and go through. Yeah, there were a lot of bugs today. It's going to come through okay, though, I'm pretty sure. They were able to sort out lots of the previous bugs quite quickly. 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough. Let's have a look. Take my bags off and open all the mail. and then close that, and then open that back again, and I'll make my ones from the fractureds I've got, which are maelstroms, shards, temporals. Where's the fractured ones gone? There they are, up here. And there's 6 exactly. Oh, there we go, that was lucky. It's called playing on a high pop server. Yeah, that'll do it, definitely. Okay, so there's all our temporal crystals gone. So now our list is looking better. So if we go back to our... we can open it up here. Let's click on it there. And hopefully we should see our queue. No, it's disappeared. So let's switch to gathering and look back. And it's still not come. So if we switch to crafting reports, this one usually helps push it through. I noticed that this morning. Once that's loaded, it takes quite a while to load, and then go back to crafting. There it is. It's popped back up. Trying to add... Want to buy 30 gold temporal crystals. Yeah, they're not too bad here. Certainly for getting my things, certainly. Been trying to add transmog into your transmog group, but every time you open the group, an error comes up, and you can't do anything. You know why this is? Is this in TSM 4 or 3, struck with luck? But if it's on 4 and there's an error, then try and go through all the steps you were doing up to it. Trying to add transmog into transmog group, but every time you open up the group. So opening up the group, do you mean like you're going into TSM here and into the groups? So for me to add transmog in, I would go to something like here. This is my transmog group. This has got all my transmog in it. And if I wanted to add something, at what point does it crash? Because I would say if it crashes at this point, it's not doing it for me. So I would definitely report that as a bug. The other thing you could try, just to get it working, is to try and turn off all your other add-ons and see if that fixes the issue for the moment. And then slowly reintroduce your other add-ons as time goes on. Because I run fairly minimal add-ons, obviously because I've got Mr. Potato here and doesn't have a great deal of stuff loaded. I've literally just got these add-ons and that's all I've got. And most of that memory comes down to Trade Skill Master at 168 megs. Multiple operations connected. That could be an interesting one. Stalker is here. Hey Clayton, how are you? Right, let's make these whilst we're discussing issues with TSM. Let's go through that, and we're going to make a mark of the Frost Wolf. Now I would like to up the amount of Warlords of Draenor enchants I do. So we're going to post these on my auctions. Oh, these are about to go now. Excuse me. So let's just cancel those out. And those last ones. Binding of Intellects just sold. Excuse me, it's getting a bit croaky. You have auctioning and mailing. Do you mean the old TSM 3 auctioning and mailing ones? Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to get some more water. I'll be back in a minute. There we are, we're back. Hopefully not quite so croaky. You're good? Apart from being croaky, very well, thank you, Clayton. Been live for 49 minutes so far. Those were cancelled. So is there one or more auctioning operations connected? Yeah, so it's a question of finding out what's causing the error, and if you can minimise that, then at least get it working, then you could work out what's causing the problem. because at the moment it's currently working for me, so I'm assuming there's some difference between how you've got it set up and how I've got it set up. You have only one. Okay, so it's not that. What other things could it be? My first thought was add-ons, different add-ons. What would happen if you sometimes go sometimes an error from having multiple auctioning operations on one group? Like I'm having a problem at the moment with my cooking, posting that on at the moment. Maybe that's something similar. That's new with the latest release. I might take these 12-hour ones off, because I could really do with getting the enchants. This is a way of getting all the undercuts correct. So let's run through all of these. Take those off as well. And then I'll pop them back on along with everything else. There we go. So turn my bags off, open all the mail. Seems to be fairly fast. Show a pic of the window when you open the group. Of course, struck with luck. Anything that will help people diagnose the problem, more than welcome to. That's interesting. Looks like it's not drawing anything. And that's only when you have the group, that particular group, your transmog group. Do you have any other groups that work? Have you tried maybe doing a new profile, like going in here? Hi, I'm your competition on this server. Samadan Twitch. That's brilliant. Hold on. That's awesome. There we go. Hey Forever, how are you? Try shut down the game, delete the WoW cache folder and restart the game. That's an option. The other thing I was going to suggest is if you've got another profile, create another profile and try one from fresh. You won't lose your current profile, but just see if there's anything in that group and see if a single group will give you the same error. Then you can decide whether it's the group that's causing the problem or whether it's TSM. Okay, you open it again. It showed this now. Okay, that's looking a bit better. I can't see anything obvious there. Did your daily count and made 400k today? Excellent, Mr. Detolo. Very nice number indeed. There we go. So, I wonder what else it could be. Wish you had that every day. Yeah, definitely. Definitely wish I could have that every day. So, I can't think of any other things you could change, perhaps. Because, unless it's drawing something strangely, everything seems to be working this way for me. So, it'd be a question of working out what's different. Your TSM version would be another thing to look at. Have you got the latest version? Has it updated? Have you got the TSM app open? That could be another thing to try. See if it's auto updated. I'm going to run a... Oh no, we did the cancels, didn't we? We had a few more. Whoops, not that one. That one. Open up the mail. I think mailing is faster from looking at that. So we're going to do a post scan of everything except for cooking, because cooking seems to be causing a problem. You're off. Have a nice night. Got to get early. Work. Off you go. Work. Off I go then. Okay, Mr. Deadfellow. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. Everything's up to date. You just looked. Okay. I'm fresh out of ideas, struck with luck. Maybe try. Have you tried the beta Discord on WoW Economy? If I do, now is my Discord the right one? No. If I do WoW Economy, I'm assuming you're in the beta Discord. I know, and there's more people on there that will be able to help. Yeah. Okay. Try that one. Zinzanity, thank you ever so much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the stream. Let's post this lot on. Show error. Oh, that's a good idea, Nelonta. I've not actually had an error myself for such a long time that I'd forgotten about that. Right, that's our enchants back on at a decent price. So let's just recheck the auction house so TSM can get a good fresh view of it. And then we're going to move over. We've got a few more things we could do task list wise here in our daily cooldowns. Temporal crystal. Oh, we did that one already. Okay, so that's interesting. It's not here there. And shard crystal's one I don't normally do. Is that worth doing? Can I do it is the other question. Shard crystal. Materials shard crystal. From ethereal shards. It'll give me a 2 gold profit. No, it'll be worse actually. Okay, so that's not worth doing. Or shard shatter the other way around, which would give a profit. Okay, so we'll leave that one. Leave those enchanting crafts off. Tailoring crafts, I believe we did the hexweave cloth already. So let's go have a look here. How did I get accounting data to show? In TSM here, and if I go to ledger and have a look at revenue, that shows me everything here in my accounting data. And then here we go to auctions, that shows me all my auctions. Is that what you meant? IOW? Is that how I pronounce it? But thanks for stopping by the stream. Is accounting settings working? It is for some people. 1.2 thousand item cancel scan. Ouch, Mr. Onkit, that's a lot. That's a lot indeed. So, Hexweave daily cooldown. I should really be able to do this here. I don't want to do Secrets of Drain or Tailoring though. I want to do just the Hexweave one. So I'm going to do it here in my favourites. You get a crash whenever you click account settings. Okay. Only for me it's working. Apparently other people have an issue with that. As Jack said, for some reason it's working for me, but others are getting the crash. So you're not alone there. Hexweave bag, we can make one, so let's create one of those. Whilst we're here, I haven't got any wind wool on me. So we can leave those cooldowns. I'm going to close that down for now. I'm going to have a look on my tailoring restocks. So let's go to let's move this over here so we can see and go to groups, and then we're going to have a look at tailoring here, restock those. And oh, this appeared this time. So most of these require ember silk, which I haven't been collecting up for a while. So I'm going to take those out. The only thing I do need to do is a shadow weave mask. Now I don't believe I have enough shadow silk. I need 8 and I've only got 4. So if I want to do another shadow weave mask, I'm going to go and have to do a farm, or I'm going to have to buy it. So let's actually have a look at shadow silk. When did I last look for it? Is it in my favourite searches? No, I don't have it in my favourites. Let's search for it here. Shadow silk. And it's quite pricey at 399. I'd need to get 4 of them at that price. Whereas I can normally... Yeah, it's much more expensive on here. I've sold it and purchased it for way less than that. so that's definitely too much. So I'd be more inclined to collect up the shadow silk than sell it for this price. The FPS drop when crafting is no problem. Yep, I'm definitely getting that as well, especially on Mr. Potato here. Did I get new followers when I was offline? I've had loads, Jack. This weekend has been amazing for both YouTube and Twitch. Absolutely loads. Yep, they will, definitely. The Firmness, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? And Wave, how are you? Yeah, it's definitely taken another jump upwards. Thanks to all the publicity, Jack. So mailbox is empty. We've done the tailoring that we wanted to do. If we want to do any more, we're going to have to go and farm for some of it. Cooking wise, now I'm not sure where we're at with cooking, so let's see whether we do need to restock on any. Lavish feasts, we've sold a load, so we could make a few more. You found me through Bregs. Excellent, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, Breg was very kind to give me a shout out, and Jack. Yeah, there's been lots of great publicity. You heard it from multiple streamers that got offline more followers. Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot more, Jack, thanks to them. Weekend's almost over, thankfully. Oh dear. Normally the weekends are the good ones. Almost midnight for you. It's getting close here. So, according to this, I should really be able to make some lavish Suramar feasts. And I've got no idea how the task list will cope with something like this. Jack doesn't have a YouTube channel of Firmness. If we do tipping, there we are. Now, this is Jack's blog, where you'll find lots and lots of gold making tips there. I recommend heartily that everyone go out and check that out. Trident, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. So I'm gonna skip out all the other ones. I'm going to keep this fairly clean. I'm going to try this out with the new task list and see how it copes. Going full stream, watching on your friend's PS4. Amazing. Hopefully I don't scare you too much with the beard. If you're interested in alchemy, it's a great source of information. Absolutely. That's what I based all my alchemy from, was Jack's blog and his alchemy calculator. So let's test this out. So 106 lavish Suramar feasts according to my gathering, because I must have sold most of those. So we're going to go for the gathering's not there, so that's my automatic assumption. So let's go slash TSM. No, can't spell. /TSM task list. Okay, so what does TSM says? It says get from Guildbank slice of bacon times 3, because we haven't got any of the intermediate crafts here. So it's not taking into account the intermediate crafts in order to fill this up. So I'm going to have to work that out manually. So let's take the bacon and see how that goes and close that down. And then let's go through and make our fix up our missing ones here. So is your name, but thank you. How's everyone's dino fun coming along? Not doing too badly here. We're currently about halfway, just under 2.5 million at the moment. So still got a long way to go. So close to 7 million. That's a great figure, Jack. Someone told you today, but you couldn't confirm. They took away the rep discount. Yes, I've heard that as well. That the rep discount has gone, as far as I know. Someone just undercut the vials here, down from 85 to 72. Wow, that's a big chunk off. Now the question is, do you buy them at 72 and resell them on? But that could be a risk. 1.7 million yourself. That's a very reasonable amount, Huxnaver. You just picked up a Dark Moon Rabbit after 12 kills. Very nice, Captain E. I tried that once. I haven't been able to get it since, but I haven't been actually trying that much. You're ahead of the Magic Line so far, so happy about that. Very good, Fen. Quite worried about losing your Order Hall gold mine. Ah, yes. If you're doing that, then that's a thing, isn't it? So according to this, I would need a lot of bacon. Kmart, thank you ever so much for the follow. Sold today again, 61,000 worth of stuff. Excellent, Costa. That should get you well on target, hopefully. Hey, Garnhammer, how are you? Happy Canada Day. Oh, is it Canada Day? In which case, happy Canada Day. Just cracked 4 million, then found out about the discount. So got another million to go. I don't think it'll take long, to be honest, that last million, I'm sure. Amount of us getting the mount, will it be worth having another account for sniping? Yes, I think so, because I think more people will be posting. Yeah, watch when BFA hits. That 1.7 is going to be easy. Yeah, I think so. So 54 is your target. Okay, so you're ahead of target by a good amount. That's really good. So I'm going to have to do this manually. Going back to my cooking. Let's just keep trying to get this loading up first. This doesn't seem to be wanting to play ball, so let's try again. Groups. No, doesn't want to load. Okay, so let's try a reload. See if we can fix that one up. So the main thing here we're doing is just testing out the task list. Normally I would do my cooking using the gather window, but that's changed now. Oh, here we go. That did give me a load of stuff, and now it's disappeared. Where did that go? So it doesn't seem to be wanting to show me. It flipped up for a minute, and then it's gone again. Interesting. How's my operation set up? Which operation is that, Wave? I've got multiple operations at the moment. Are you talking about the cooking at the moment? Because at the moment, where's the crafting queue? You can't see it at the moment, but we're going to do the Barracuda, I think. But let's see if we can get the window back up, because we need that. Let's click on this. So the sauce is here. That could be interesting. Crafter's Samadan. That looks interesting. There's the lavish's back. So that shows me how much I need. I need a lot of bacon according to that. Hey Taurine, how are you? I think prolonged powers will play a part in the first week or two of launch. They are so cheap, I'm not sure you want to invest. I don't know, right one too. I'm not familiar with prolonged powers. Maybe Jack would be able to help you on that one. So looking at this, I'm going to have to restock quite heavily if I want this many. Oh. Is Taurine here? Ah, okay. Your name's not Taurin. Taurin's the name of the guy that hosted me. I didn't see a host come through. That's weird. I haven't got one coming through. Was it on my auto host perhaps? I don't think I got notifications for those. But thank you, Taurine, for the auto host. And how are you, Hayseed? Wouldn't know if people will think of buying any of them. Okay. Hey Willie Gnome, I think Jack should be a mod with how much he helps. Yes, that's certainly an option if you're up for it, Jack. And Costa as well, you're around quite a lot. Got a question for my gold lovers. You're on a low pop and roughly 2,000 gliders on the auction house between 7 and 8, then jumps to like 50. Should you buy them all out or just wait? How much is it going to cost you? Well, I don't really sort of believe in charging for that, because I think it's the other way round. Moderators do me a favour, not the other way round. Mr. Honkit paid 3 million. Really? I mean, it's a large amount to buy out. I mean, 2,000. Yes, I mean, I don't know how much they're going to be used. I'm not familiar with gliders myself. I do sell a few here, and I'm also on a low pop server. It's not a market I've really focused on, but I would worry about that many. I mean, how much is? That's about 14,000 gold. Can you afford to lose that much gold? Are you happy just to throw that amount away? And then keeping hold of that stock is going to take up bank space. Those are other factors to consider. Right, so how am I going to work this out? The task list isn't working for me fully. I've got a few of these in here already, but the main thing I'm missing there is bacon. So I could maybe make a few of these with just by buying some bacon. So let's have a look and see what we can do with that, and then see if we can get that chunk down. So I guess we could look cooking ingredients, but I really just want to see bacon. Let's do cooking ingredients first though. Run a shopping scan and see what comes through. I haven't done this in a long while, so I've got no idea what the prices of cooking materials have dropped to. If you need mod or for here, you'd love to be your mod. You also make a good pot of coffee. Excellent. Oh wow. Kaylin, thank you ever so much for donating £10. That's incredibly kind of you to support the stream like that. Let me just throw in. Thank you ever so much. It's very kind of you. That's going to go straight towards helping build up Mr. Potato 2.0. I'm looking at a few other things like a power supply at the moment. Let me just catch up on that chat. Got about 1k of your own, just stockpiling, and don't feel like selling them that cheap. Yeah, I mean, that's true, the firmers. You could hang on to them and then maybe see how things go. You take yours with sugar. Fantastic. So looking at these are quite a lot cheaper than I last saw them. A slice of bacon, particularly what we were looking for, is here at 9 gold 85. So I could relatively quickly and easily buy up a few of these without spending too much gold, because normally I'd buy them for under 30 gold. So I'm going to just take that 50, and then I think I might take I'm going to leave that one to the auction house gods, and then take the rest, and I'll take the 15 and then the 25 to take me up to 12. Oh yeah. Have I been getting a lot of errors with TSM 4? I seem to be lucky at the moment. I'm not getting any actual errors thrown up at the moment. The task list isn't quite working, and my auction posting for a couple of my food items isn't quite working, but they're not throwing up errors at this stage. Obviously, time will tell if that's going to work for a long time. I'm going to pick up those eggs because those are super cheap. Once you found the auction. There we go. I'll take that one. I mean, all of these I could possibly buy, but lean shank's really cheap there. But I'm going to leave that for now. I want to focus on the ones I've gotten, and then we'll take it from there. Turn my bags off, open those, and then I'll catch up on mail. If you pay Sam 3 million, the gold challenge would be over pretty fast. Yeah, it wouldn't be much of a challenge then, would it? You're getting errors whilst looting and mailing whilst new update, and you have to reload to fix them, resetting your loot tracer. That sounds like a pain. I wonder what the mailing one could be. I'm not getting errors with the mailing. 2 dinos, 1 for each foot. Hey Echo Wings, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How are the puppies? Did they go off to their home okay? Bump it to 10 million. That's an option. Just go straight for gold cap. So now with our bacon that we've just bought, this should update to show more than that. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to go to the standard WoW user interface, because that will tell me exactly how many I can make and it tells me 7. That's interesting, because what am I lowest on? Labor ribs and Barracuda Murglar, and then the rest isn't a huge amount of them. So let's create those first and go through those. What have he's just sold? Nightborn Delicacy Platter. Okay. The 6 and Mum are about to have a bath, but I want to come by and say hello. See how I was. Well, it's very kind of you for stopping by. No problem. Very glad to pass on the love whenever I can. So we made 7 feasts. That didn't get registered here, so you'd have to technically take these down by 7. There we go. Oh, thank you ever so much for the cheer. It was very kind of you. So we want to get this down to 99 feasts and see what it says now. 297. So we need to make some Labor ribs, and Barracuda Murglar would be the next things in that. And let's start with, it would be 29 of each to do a full set of everything, but we've got some items in there. So let's have a look. Let's say Barracuda, as that's a profit, and Labor ribs is a profit. The rest we might have to buy off the auction house from looking at those. So let's go the full hog. Let's try this. So we want 29 of those, and Labor ribs we need, well, 29 minus the 2, I believe. So take that down to, now we've got 2 of the 29, so therefore if we make that we need, well, let's keep that at 28 and queue that up. Oh, I didn't hit Q for the Barracuda. Let's just add that one up and queue that one up as well. Oh wow, Sharkin, thank you ever so much for the host. That's extremely kind of you. Oh, you were doing a 24-hour stream, weren't you? That explains it. Ah, how was your stream? Thank you for the love. That's very kind of you. Welcome everybody from Sharkin stream. Can rarely ever watch my stream. This is true, Sharkin. Our time zones do cross over quite erratically. EU shakes fist. How was your stream? How did you get on? Welcome everybody from Sharkin stream. For those that don't know me, my name is Samadan, and I make my gold mainly through professions. We're currently looking at cooking at the moment using the new TSM 4 open beta task list here. It's a little bit buggy at the moment, but we're kind of working through how we can make best use of it at the moment. Morval and Liam Bob, thank you for the follows. So for what I'm doing overall, if I bring my graph over, I'm doing a 5 million gold challenge at the moment. So this is me trying to earn enough gold for the Brutasaur mount. So as soon as I found out about it in the middle of May, I've started logging how much gold I had and how much I needed to earn. So these blue lines is the gold I've earned between back in the middle of May to where we're at now. So we're under target by about 500,000. Oh, thank you, Jack, for the chat. Thank you, Sharkin, ever so much for the host. You have a great sleep. So this is where we're at the moment. So we've made a decent amount of gold already. So we're quite happy, even though I'm below target, I'm quite happy with the amount of gold I've made because it's more gold than I made previously just by focusing on things. Thank you ever so much for the follows. I won't be able to catch all of them, but Beef, Elatop, Blade Warrior, Assumer Wow, thank you very much. So this is where we're at. We're currently just going through my professions because that's how I make most of my gold, is through professions. I use basically enchanting, tailoring, cooking, and then I've also just added in alchemy and mining, and we're also looking at leatherworking, which I have, and skinning. So those are the main professions that I use. I do a little bit of farming, not quite nearly to the level that Sharkin does, but I do go out and farm for the occasional shadow silk or ember silk if I need it. I'll go out and mine my own ore or herbs if I need them. So I kind of do things on an as needed basis because I'm on a low pop server here on Shadow Song, so it's a bit tricky for me sometimes. Some items are very short supply. Thank you all for the follows. Darkshore, yes. Long boy graph is the best graph. So we're just currently looking at our cooking at the moment and how we can get enough things here to be able to make lavish Suramar feasts, which are still selling on my server. So what I'm looking here is my cooking crafts. Now, it isn't doing the gathering correctly because I'd expect it to collect the ingredients I need. So I might have to actually abandon this for the moment because I don't think it's going to work how I wanted because it's not collecting everything up. So I'm going to have to leave that one. If I run low level spire, the spiders in there drop insane amounts of shadow spell. Exactly, Popgeek. That's where I get mine from. I go and do the run, and then I carry on through and do the ogres and the humanoids back up to the entrance. So that way I can get the chance of something like the skull flame shield or other things like that. Task list gathering seems kind of broken at the moment. It does. From looking at that, from looking at the cooking, I don't think it's quite up to how gathering was, so I'm not going to be able to use it for my cooking at the moment. You'll gives an error each time you try to buy something from a shop. Yeah. Hey Shades Buddha, how are you? Is that the previous Buddha that was in here before that was deaf? In which case I'll just type it in just in case. Apologies if I've got the wrong person, but I'll type it in just in case. Yep, the one and only, lol. In which case you managed to hear that. So unless your lip reading's improved or I've shaved my beard, you can hear finally. That's interesting. Thank you all for the follows. I can see them coming in. See your inscription picture that you posted in the Gum sub channel. Oh, I missed that one actually. Why am I at the Booty Bay auction house? All auction houses are cross-faction now. Yes, they are. And the great thing about Booty Bay is that everything's really close by. As Jack suggested to me, you've got the auctioneer here, you've got the guild bank here, the mailing box here, all within reach, and the banker is just here in case I need to take a couple of steps over. I can do the banker. If I can just get it right, I can do the banker there as well. So it's a really handy place. The only downside, I'm not on a PvP server, but they still do get killed from time to time. So it's not like the Shrine of the Seven Sisters, I believe it is, where you need an engineer. For this case, you can do just these, and it also has the added bonus that if you go and take a quick flight over the top over here, and you go down to this little fella here, he also has the Admiral's Hat recipe from time to time. So if you check him every now and again, hasn't got it at the moment, because it's a limited supply item, but you can do that, check for the Admiral's Hat recipe, and sell that on the auction house without much effort at all. Oh, thank you ever so much, Shades, for the follow, and everyone else. Auctioneers get killed every night when you're trying to post your BOEs. Yeah, they do get killed more frequently than others. But then, like, saying that, I have a fair amount. I mean, if you could go to someone like Shatrath or something like that. But you never know. That's why getting the mount is always a good idea. The Brutosaur mount. You're an RP one. Okay. Ever since last week, PvP server, there's constantly horde in Stormwind killing the auctioneers. Full boding of BFA. It could be Hooksnaver. It's annoying at best, really, isn't it? PvE US Dalaran. Yeah, so you be absolutely fine then. So looking at the things I've done so far. Yeah, there is a quest, isn't there, Danny? And hello, Danny. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, not until BFA comes out, and then you can do it. I heard people use Darkmoon Fair to make gold. There are a few things I've heard people using, like there's items that look like other items, and then there's a Darkmoon Rabbit. I'm not sure exactly, because I don't really use Darkmoon Fair for that, but I know plenty of people, probably in the chat, that do use it, so feel free to shout in chat if you do. Sugar Crust Feast. Interesting. Never heard of that one, Neuraxius. Replica Armour. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. I'm just checking my auctions here. Should have everything in. I'm just going to check for Legion enchanting materials, and then I'm going to move on to another character and check their gold at the moment. So Chaos Crystals are pretty cheap at the moment. I only have 30 on me, so I'm going to have to actually buy some of these. They're at 88% my average buy price. So my average buy price is 35 gold, so I will take some of these, at least the cheaper ones. And now that I've used up all my Chaos Crystals, I have got the Centenax mission going on my order hall, so that's another lot that's going to help me. The Leylight Shards are very close to the Chaos Crystal price, so you could actually do a Chaos Shatter and get 2 Leylight Shards for cheaper than that. Arcana, though, is actually quite cheap there at 7 gold, although I do have 849 on me, so I'm going to leave those for the moment. That should keep me going for my Chaos Crystals and Legion enchants. What else have you got? Let me just catch up on there. Vendor Pets, Darkmoon Rabbit, made 30k selling fish. Okay, nice. Fishing the pets. What it says, you'll help with crafting cooldowns and so much more. What was that I missed on? What does the task list do? Oh yes, basically the point is it's to replace all your sort of daily cooldown reminders, and when you're crafting and gathering items, it's supposed to help you go between characters. It's almost there, it's kind of working, but it's not quite fully functioning yet. Lemon Herb Filet here, very nice. Darkmoon Rabbit is a drop from the random mob. Yep, that's one. Flip the ticket items. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Get the materials manually from your bank, but the list will do it for you. And let me just have a look. You have to be really fast to join the groups. Yes, I spotted that. They do come up very, very quickly and disappear very quickly. The implants came in. There we go. That explains it. Thank you, Buddha. Is there a mass disenchant add-on? Only the TSM destroying, Willy Gnome. And you're still going to have to use the scroll mouse wheel to go through it all. Hey, Tattoo Manon, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Shays, that's brilliant. I'm glad you... Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. I'm glad you got that sorted. It must be a very different world. Hey, Robo, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right, so we're going to move on from Samadan, I think, because we've done the main base things I wanted to do, and I need to check out my other characters and see how they've gotten on. So let's log out and head on over. Thank you, Tattoo Man, for the follow. Very kind of you. So we're going to go over to Urfin, who's got the Drums of Fury sales. The Scrapper in BFA can do 9 items at once, but you get crafting versus enchanting. Yeah, I've not seen the Scrapper yet in action. I have got the beta of BFA, but I haven't actually tried it out because I've been focusing on making gold here, and I wanted to kind of try and avoid spoilers and keep it all fresh for when it does come out. Definitely very different, but so much better. Excellent, excellent, very good. Yeah, I can imagine. So what have we got? We've got some sales. Drums of Fury, which is nice, at a pretty good price as well. We've also got some expires, so let's get rid of those first. You have 2 WoW installs, one with TSM 3, one with 4, since you're kind of giving up on the crafting part of TSM 4. At least with the new fancy task list. Yes, it was working fine before, but the task list has kind of broken it again. So until they fix that, we're kind of in limbo land until it's all completely fixed. J Ace, thank you ever so much for the follow. And everyone else who's followed, if I haven't managed to catch your name, thank you all for the follows. So much better. You can hear how I sound. Hopefully that's a good thing. I'm told it is. You saw TSM 4 with a new update today. Yes, Danny, it's got the new update. It's not perfect, but it's certainly added a lot more features. So I can see they're having to work through a few things here. Now that's looking quite nice. 55,000 gold in sales for Earthen. That's over the past 2-3 days, I believe. My mailbox is definitely better now after that. We had about 32,000 on Samadan, and now we've got 55,000 on Earthen, so that's a nice mailbox opening indeed. All Drums of Fury, so those have definitely been selling very well. So, and also a Dread Leather Bindings of Harmonious for not much, 730, but still, that's good. Thank you all for the follows that are coming in. Which text box, Robo? I saw the chef's hat come in. I didn't see another one. Anyone have a issue where new quests just weren't showing on your quest list until you go in and manually set them to track? Not me, D-Boots. That's a new one. We've got the follows there. Thank you ever so much for those. TSM. You like the TSM mailing interface? Yes, I do. I do like the new TSM mailing. It's definitely good. Am I Australian or British? I am British, Shades. I'm from the south coast. Prices on my realm are 5 times that of yours. Yeah, they are. They are quite inflated due to supply and demand. Really, there's very little supply and an okay amount of demand. It's okay then. Okay, Robo. No worries. So I need to... Was that everything in the mail? Yes, it was. So let's go have a look and post on our missing items. We'll do those first. And then we'll go and look at the Drums of Fury situation and see if there's anything we can do about that. How do blacksmithing and leatherworking look in BFA? Anyone know? I don't know myself. Oh, Jack says, pretty good. Going to be some good sales. Yeah, I think a lot of the crafting things are going to get some great sales at the beginning. We'll see how it goes after that, but definitely everything's going to be sort of like a gold mine, I think. So now I know the reason to get the Looterang. Exactly, to get some raw beast hide, Costa. Whilst you remind me, actually, I might go and see if I can buy that. What's the name of it again? Findle's Looterang, is that the one? 24/7 Drums of Fury is a gold maker bonanza. Yes, beware, definitely. Drums are doing very well. Let's have a look for this. Oh, we've got a few things that are going to expire. We'll deal with those in a minute. Now, Findle, I think it was called. Findle's Looterang. See, it's only 150 gold. That's definitely worth buying. There we go. Findle's Looterang. Consider you bought. And then we need to look at raw beast hide, mainly. So let's have a look at that. I think I need that. How do I download TSM4? I believe... there we go. Thank you, Jack. Easy grinding. Yes, hopefully. Hopefully that's going to be good. Raw beast hide is a reasonable price. Looking at that, 10 stacks of 200. So someone's been farming it. I would be inclined to buy that rather than farm for it at that price. Let me just have a look at the Drums of Fury. Just make sure. Raw beast hide mat cost is coming in at 7 gold 50 there, and the Drums of Fury profit is at 224. That's massive. I can't believe that's going to be right. But there's only 4 auctions on at the moment, so there's no Drums of Fury. So I shall buy these 2,000 raw beast hides at 2 gold 50. And I'm tempted to buy all of these here at these prices, because that's an easy amount to go and get. There's lots of it. I can't see any harm in bothering with those, so I'm going to buy all of those up. Is it 16 at the moment? Okay, so that's why people are buying it up. If you've got lots of garrison resources, you can go and pick it up at the trader. That's fair enough. Well, I shall make use of the easy option. I'm going to open all those up. Well, I've got some bear tartar I need to post on as well. Is open everyone else, so beta might be a better URL. Aha, okay. Thank you, Truly Insane. I'll need to update my command for that then. Hold on, let me do that now whilst I'm here. Well, I can't do it on that window. I'll have to do it later. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave that for now. Was that all the mail? Yes, it was. Okay, so looking at my bags now at the moment, we have a whole load of raw beast hide. We've got some bear tartar we need to put on though. So I'm going to just switch over. We had the cooking group missed on that one. Cruise Tick, thank you very much for the follow. So we're going to go over to auctioning, and I'm just going to turn on bear tartar and keep the rest. Actually, no, I'm going to keep those on as well. There we go. Let's post those up, hopefully. Bear tartar currently going for 9 gold 73. Considering I bought those for 2 gold 83, that's a nice markup. So let's go with all of those for now. Confirm all of those, hopefully. It's been bugging out a little bit, not confirming everything, but no, we're all right. We're all good on that front. Okay, so I need to make a whole load of Drums of Fury. Actually, what I'll do is I'll try and do this in 2 lots, see how this goes. On your server, there's 47 pages of Drums of Fury for sale. Wow, that is lots. That's the difference between servers, really, isn't it? So I can make 573 of them, and there's currently, yeah, only 4 auctions on. So I'm going to create all at the moment. I'm not going to make all of those. Don't worry, but I'm going to make a fair few. So whilst that's going on in the background, I'm going to see if I can just go through my auctions, and I'll cancel these at the same time. Hopefully. Oh, Robo, thank you ever so much for the chair. Hey, Mr. J, how are you? Do you have a list of the add-ons I use? You like the auction house add-on is TSM. Everything else, I do have a YouTube video. I would bring it up here, but it will cancel all my things that I'm making at the moment. I use Gatherer 2 data. I use Oblivion. The bag add-on I use is called Addy Bags. I do have a YouTube video where I go through my add-ons. If you go and look on my YouTube channel, /YouTube, that's my YouTube there, and there will be one of the videos in my playlist for it's either in the Legion Goldmaking video list or it's in the TSM 4 list. I think it's in Legion Goldmaking, and it has the add-ons that I use in there. Hey Fendek, how are you? And I9 on Twitch, thank you ever so much for the follow. Right, so we're trying to do 2 things at once here. Drums of Fury and cancelling scans. Probably not the most sensible of things to do with TSM 4 beta, but it's currently kind of working. No worries, Mr. J. And what I'll do is once I've done all this, I'll have a look at my actual add-ons and show you them actually on stream. Just want to cancel these bits that I've done at the moment. Okay, we've got those. How many drums have we made so far? We have 50 in our bags, 20 on the auction house. Okay, so let's stop that for the moment. And Dr. Phobia, thank you ever so much for the follow. We'll look at my add-ons here. I'll show you the ones I've currently got. It's not a lot. I really keep it minimal because I've got Mr. Potato here, who's the not the greatest of PCs, but does absolutely fine for my World of Warcraft and streaming. So the main things I have is Addy bags for my bag add-on. Bulk buy is for just being able to easily shift right click and buy things up. There's also this other add-on, buy 'em all, which is better for buying the maximum amount of things. I've not really tried that out yet. TSM for vendoring does use this, but I find that's quite easy to use with the standard interface. Then the other things I've got is the quest counter to give me a number of the quests, because I'm up at 19 out of 25. Hey Elvadrian, how are you? Easy Obliterate is another add-on that goes along with Oblivion, and those two together are for obliterating things. The Garrison Mission Manager is for just the Order Hall missions, both on Legion and on Wars of Draenor. Gathermate 2 and the data I also use with Roots for all my mining and herbing. Oh, thank you, Whiskey Jack. Thanks for finding it. And then the other ones I've got, Healbot is particular to me as a priest, and I Sold More is what gives you the till sound in TSM 4 when you sell something. It is part of TSM 3, but they haven't added that feature into TSM 4 yet. And then I've also got Loot Appraiser on at the moment and World Quest Tracker. So that's it. That's all my add-ons. What's the fastest way to farm a WoW token? The fastest way is to basically pay for it with real money, because the money you can earn in real life, even a minimum wage job is the easiest and fastest way to get a token. Obviously, that's not necessarily the most fun way, and a fun way depends on what you like doing and what abilities you've got. What I would probably suggest is, hey Playboy, how are you? I would suggest look at what you do enjoy, because that's the whole point of farming for tokens. It's supposed to be fun because you could easily get it working. So what do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy gathering items? Do you enjoy doing quests? Do you enjoy running dungeons? What kind of characters do you have? What kind of professions do they have? Do you like crafting? I would say try any of those that you enjoy, and you'll find a way to make gold over them. No one knows. Thank you ever so much. Very kind of you. Hey Admiral Kiki, how are you? So you just got back into WoW after you finished another year at uni. Excellent. You mostly did Legion stuff, food, enchanting. Should you invest your time to it due to the Mage Tower? Do you want to do the Mage Tower, Kiki, or do you want to If you're looking to sell things, then I would suggest, if you've got leatherworking, the Drums of Fury, or if you've got cooking, the Bear Tartare is still selling very well. Hey One Tough Orc, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Gwylyn, how are you? And Fluffy Butt, thank you ever so much for the follow. Right, let's just collect the rest of my things I've just cancelled, and then we'll go through and we'll post on those Drums of Fury that I just made. Thank you, Costa. Yeah, Bear Tartare, because the Mage Tower is now up 24/7, so you should get some decent sales on that. I'm still finding sales of Lavish Suramar Feasts are still selling, but I'm quite unusual on my server. Most people are finding that food sales have dropped down. That seems a bit off. Which is a bit off, Costa? The length. Yes. Well, actually, it's not. It's not when you take into account chin level. I'll maybe have to remeasure. Say thanks for the videos. They're awesome and help you play a game on a Sunday morning in the UK. Okay, One Tough. Oh, that's very kind of you to say so. What do I think about the new TSM, Mr. J? I like it. The new TSM 4, it's still got a few teething issues. I'm not quite there with the task list. I can see how good it could be in the future, so I'm I'm expecting good things in time, but it's very much rough around the edges at the moment until they've fixed all the existing bugs, because they've just added a whole load of new features, so I'm expecting a lot of problems. Hey Past, how are you? First time you catch the stream? Excellent. You've got 600 bacon, you can't sell it at all. Okay, you could make the feasts, that would be a good one. I'd certainly recommend that. And in terms of enchanting, Admiral Kiki, I would suggest anything that gives you a profit, especially the Legion enchants, the older world ones like Elemental Force is a very good one, Crusader, Mongoose, the Tomes may occasionally sell on your server, and then the Warders of Draenor Ring, Neck and Cloak enchants, most of them except for Mastery seem to be selling quite well for me. I think the task list will be good, but compared to the old gathering, it feels like 2 steps back right now. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Gwilyn. That's how I find it. Trillion bars sell supposedly 76 a day, but none of mine's do. Yeah, I think it's mainly down to, well, not trillion bars. The living steel is what I'm trying to sell. Tomes of Illusion are amazing for you. Okay, you're on a low pop. You consistently sell 2 to 3 a day. That's pretty cool, Switchblade. I get nowhere near that amount on my server. Look at average daily sale for those old enchants. Try and craft those. Yeah, definitely. There's some good ones in there. If I was on Samadan, I'd show you... actually, no, I can show you the group that I have. So if I go to my groups here and we have a look... if anyone wants my groups, by the way, I do keep it up to date. Paste bin. I do have a paste bin of my latest groups, so you're more than welcome to take these and import them into TSM4 if you have them. So looking at my enchanting, I'll do this one and then I'll catch back up on the chat. So my old world good enchants, the Boots of Speed, I've currently got Earth and Vitality and Pandaren Step on. The cloak speed ones are the Gift of Critical Strike, Haste, Mastery and Versatility. And then Elemental Force has its own because I make so many of those. That's a really good seller. And then the Warders of Draenor, Necks and Rings, Crit, Haste and Versatility, not the Mastery ones. They sell. And the good rings for me, Legion ones, is Critical Strike, Haste and Mastery. And the good necks are Mark of the Claw, Hidden Satyr and Trained Soldier. And then the cloaks, Agility, Strength, and Intellect. Do you think someone like you, as a new TSM player, should go in the new one so you not need to learn and relearn a new one? Yes, Mr. J, I would recommend get started with TSM4 if you're new to it, because the concepts will transfer over. There's not much to relearn. Yeah, the principles, as Jack says, are the same. No worries, Admiral Kiki. Hope that helps. Heard about that 2 to 3 times a day. You're playing on a high pop. You barely sell foods and mats. Okay, interesting. I don't know what high pop is really like because I've never really experienced it. Are you sitting on the floor? Yes, I am. He Protect. I'm sitting on a cushion. If you can see down on my Twitch channel, there's a picture of me there, sat on the floor. I find it really, really comfortable. Oh, good night, Evil Drurian. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. If you upgrade to TSM4, do you have to set it up again, or will your TSM settings transfer over? They will transfer over, Demonic. And TSM should make a backup of it, so you should be able to go back if things go horribly wrong, but I don't expect them to. Right. Bear Tartar was on. Dreadleather's there. So let's just see if there's any more we need to post up. I think there was. High pop is actively undercutting everything. Yes, I have heard that. Is if you really do want to dominate a market, you need to be well on top of it, definitely. Just happens, but some mats sell quickly. Well, that's good. I mean, the flip side of that is you get a lot of volume in sales. I always figure out something to do with them at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, you could always... there's plenty you can do with things, even if you just hold on to them for the moment. Yeah, the actual settings won't be things like your tooltip settings and things like that. And your material prices, I don't think will transfer over. So if you've got custom prices for some of your materials, I'm not sure those will transfer over. You're having an undercutting battle with the same guy for like 3 items at the same time. 2 are BOEs, one is a sort of wizardry. We've went down to 60k already. Yeah, it's very easy to get stuck into that sort of like downward spiral, Butteroo. Sometimes you just need to sort of step away from it and just let the other person have it for a while and then come back in fresh. Yes, they should, Seahorse. Groups in operation should transfer over from 3 to 4. It just, they won't, once they're in, they won't go back the other way. So if you start fiddling with things in 4, they won't go back to 3. So those are the new drums on. Posting at my current price, which is 262, which is an amazing price. Let's hope we can get some sales with those. Wonder Sam that Twitter function in TSM 4 I've ever tested it. No, I've not actually. Hey Sean Silver, how are you? Just got a blink strike, so that pays for the bacon loss right there. Very nice. I got no idea what a blink strike is, but congratulations. Last time you put a 950 leather BOE, undercut him for about a week, and he bought it out and put it on himself. That's what you're counting on. That's fair enough. A sale still counts as a sale. Okay, so those auctions are on. I'm going to make a few more Drums of Fury whilst we're here, and I can catch up on the chat, even though I have pretty much got most of the chat. I want to get a good few of these on, because there's not many. Well, that was scanned, what was that, 51 minutes ago. How are we doing for Drums of Fury? Let's actually have a look. Drums of Fury. So there's basically me and one other person. So that's plenty of Drums of Fury that need to be made. I think you can like post your buys and sales on Twitter in TSM4. Ah, interesting. I probably wouldn't want to have it automatically linked because I wouldn't want to spam my Twitter feed with all the different things. Blink strikes a sword from Sunwell Plateau. Sells you around for 26k. Very nice. Oh, not automatically. I would have to test it out, Jack. I've got no idea how it works. Sounds interesting, though. You always buy his for 60 and flip it for 120. It depends whether you could end up just passing the same blade between the two of you. If he's bought yours and then you buy his, it may be the same. Oh, you went down to 60 on the BOE items. Ah. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit tricky with pre-patch coming out. I'm not sure how much longer the BOEs are going to last. Because obviously once BFA comes out, then you're going to have a whole new set of gear. Twitter integration, I can't quite read that. Right, whilst this is making, I'm just going to take a quick bio break and then I'll be back. So, one moment. Right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Let me just check. Did I say fire break? Just a quick break. Since your first BOE sold the next day, you put it out the first time for the 300k. Wow, brilliant. Cervantes, thank you ever so much for the follow. And Gold Goblinette, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right, how many drums have we made? Let's have a look. We've got another 135 in the bags and 113 on the auction house. So let's post that lot on. My auctions, auctioning, run post scan. Heat Protect, thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. So another load of drums on, going for an amazing price. If they sell at that price, I'll be very happy. So those are those. Daily cooldown wise, I don't think I'm going to bother with too much here. I could do a hardened magnificent hide to get an extra recipe. I don't think I've discovered them all yet. We've got crafted malevolent gladiators iron skin gloves. I mean, those don't really sell that much, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Okay, so we'll leave Earthen now, and we'll move on to another character. So we're going to go over to Goldmaking, who's my alchemist, who's been doing some various transmutes. Hasn't had many sales, but now that I've changed my profit margins, now that El Morte can do the ghost iron, take the space out between the TSM and 4. There we go, demonic. But that one's old, that link, actually. We need to put the new one in there, which I think... No, it's not that one. Was linked to earlier in the chat, but unfortunately I don't have the link on to hand at the moment. But if you look, if you go to the Wowhead economy wrap-up page, it will show you the link there. Right, so we have nothing in the mail, which is kind of sad. So that means that none of my transmutes have sold. What's everything looking like on my auctions? There's a few things about to expire, so let's take those off. There we go, thank you, Jack. And that one. In fact, I'm going to do this now whilst I remember. Copy the link address and I'll update my command so it's the correct one. TSM 4. Edit that one. And then we'll paste that in there. Submit that. Okay, so that should be working now on the command, hopefully. There we go. Right, okay, so moving on. We've still only got 966 gold because he sent most of it to Samadan. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to send some of the gold from Earthen over to Samadan. So let's take the cancels. I'll do those. We'll pop those back on. Arcanite bar, at least. Let's get that on. And actually, before we do that, let's have a look at our various things we could do. We've done the Secrets of Draenor. I believe... No, we haven't done a transmute yet. I think I'll do a living steel one and hope for a proc. So let's create one. And we get 2 living steels. Excellent. How did I get my auction house to look like that? This is TSM 4 beta. It's in open beta. Cool JJP. Oh, thank you also, Zero and Kango for the follows. Thank you, Jack, for the link there. So that's TSM 4 beta. You can sign up for it. It's on open beta, so it's available to everyone now. So I've not got anything else that we're making at the moment. We don't have the materials for them. So I'm just going to post on what I have got and the things I cancelled. And we'll see how we get on with that. So the Potion of Luck, Sun's Radiance, the Arcanite Bar is at... That's quite a lot cheaper than it was earlier. But that's still a profit because the crafting cost is 287. And the Living Steel at 215 is still a profit because our... Well, that's not right because our crafting cost is down on the Spirit of Harmony. This should be based off of 6 trillion bars, which will be 1200 gold, which is still a profit. So that's definitely good. So we'll post all of these on. Okay, then I'll catch up with chat. There we go, let's have a look. Nice pro. Yes, it was definitely. Getting all the follows. Yep, definitely coming in, will you know? Where did I say my group lists were? That was, yes, Pastebin. Thank you, Playboy. If I could pick any 2 professions to make money from, meaning time for 1 character only, what would I choose and why? It would have to be enchanting and cooking. Because I've really enjoyed doing those on Samadan, and those have been my main gold makers for the last year, so those are definitely strong in my eyes. Yeah, that Arcanite price is a bit of a drop down from where it was, but market value of 3,200 is massive. I can't imagine that's particularly high. Oh, actually, no, 5,000. Oh, I didn't even actually look at that. Oh, that's because I got 10 of them. There we go. Hold on. I'm looking at the wrong things. Someone's got 34 at 1,500. It's 750 gold there. Okay. So I've posted mine on, haven't I? So let's just have a look. Arcanite Bar. Arcanite Bar. Yeah, so I mean, someone's put those 10 on for 5,000, and then I'm here, but I've got a couple here for 1,499. I've gone below this mini wall that someone set at 34. Diusic, thank you ever so much for the follow. So let's see if it sells. We've not really had many sales with Awakening for a long time. He's not got any gold either, so it's slightly disappointing. What I'm going to do is we do need to carry on with our Half Hill farm, and we're very close to doing the next level of reputation for him. So I'm going to go over to Dalaran, and then I'm going to go through the shrine, and then I'm going to go back. That's a nice tiger. Luckily you have the control now of that market, so you're raising the price to 1k. Excellent, Jack. That's the thing, is control the spice, as they say in June, and you can control everything else. Oops, missed. Can't steer. Let's try again. There we go, my right mouse button's still playing up. So you want to fly through here and into the shrine. There we go. Is TSM 4 available on the Twitch client? I'm not sure it is, Glazer, GG Laser. I think you still have to go to their website and get it. But I'm not fully sure. Right, here we go, over the back. Please wait whilst my Mr. Potato struggles with the frame rate for a minute. Yes, you need the desktop app, so it should work through that way. Thank you for good luck. Good day, Young Plum. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. We are about halfway to 5 million. We are about 2.5 million at the moment, so that's kind of not too bad. We're below target on my chart, but we've made some good sales of late, so I'm hopeful that we're going to just be able to boost everything up a bit later. There's TSM Core and the App Helper add-on, yeah. And what do we have? So, reputation-wise, we should be enough for the tillers now. So these look good. So what we're doing here, the reason why we're doing the Half Hill farm, this is the first time I've done it. We want to be able to get hold of Golden Lotus and Motes of Harmony more easily. So I'm going to do all of these. Oh, didn't mean to till the soil there. And hopefully our reputation should go up after doing these ones. There we go. So we are now revered with the tillers. So hopefully there should be a thing we can buy now, I believe. The tiller's quartermaster, you, Gina.
Tell me of your travels.
Now, what is it that we needed to buy? Pandaren Scarecrow. You finally broke 2 million the other day. Excellent, Fuggerduck. Haven't done it much other than repost transmog, but finally had glorious leg sale for 200. Very nice indeed. When you sign up for it, you'll get an email with all the info you need to install it. There we go. Is it going to be fully released out of beta when BFA launches? You just resubbed and getting back into Goldmaking. Yes, GG Laser. I think that's the plan from what I hear from Gumdrops, is that you should be... they plan on getting it ready for BFA. They've got a month to basically iron out all the various bits and pieces. And now that it's in open beta, I imagine that's going to be sort of like the final stage, as it were. Tiller's Tabard, is that the thing I was looking for? Oh no, here it is. Grand Commendation of the Tillers. Unlocks 100% bonus reputation gain with the Tillers for all characters on this account. That's what I want. That's definitely what I want. Yeah, I imagine there's going to be some definite tweaking. Slick1G, thank you ever so much for the follow. And Toasted Conquesto, thank you also for the follow. Good evening, Foku, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? Everything's very well here, thank you very much. So where was that grand commendation? Do I need to do anything with it? Here it is. No, nothing we need to do with it other than use it. There we go, so that should help with our Tiller's reputation for all characters, which means Samadan and Earthen will be able to help out with this, which is going to be nice. There's some more moats, there we go. How is increased reputation going to get me more Golden Lotus and Motes of Harmony? Because it's going to allow me to complete the quests to finish off my farm over here. Because the thing I'm doing here is I want to expand my farm so I can plant things to be able to get Motes of Harmony and Golden Lotus. And if I can do this with not just this character, but also all my other characters, then there we go, Tiller's Rep, plus 50 bonus coming through. There's a stubborn weed here, so let's do that. And pull that one up. Been a good weekend. Made some questionable investments today in battle pets to get your money to your other realm. To invest in cheaper pets to sell on your main realm. Okay, not a bad idea. I'm not into the pet market myself. I know Extoria does a very good job on it. Hopefully you'll make the money back and more the other side of it. Excellent, Foku. Well, fingers crossed for you. You can have a farm in WoW? Yes, exactly, He Protects. It's awesome. It's very much like Harvest Moon, but in World of Warcraft. And it's really good fun. This is the first time I've done it. This is in Pandaria. And I missed Pandaria when I first went through, because I had a break from... I played it from Vanilla all the way up to Wrath of the Lich King, and then I had a break through Cataclysm, Pandaria, and Warlords of Draenor. So this is me doing some of these things for the first time. So I don't know what I'm going to plant yet. What does Farmer Yoon want me to plant? The Broken Wagon. Growing the farm. Okay. Let's accept that one. Talk to her. Speak to the Half-Hill Market. Valley of Four Winds. Okay. And we'll do the Lesser of Two Evils. And we'll do Squash. A squash a week and your tail won't reek. Jade Squash. Okay, we can make a Jade Squash. We can also pick up this quest.
What you doing?
And we'll do that. And I'm just going to pick up all these quests, then I'll catch up on chat. I can see it's kicking off on the peripheral vision. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Is everyone else done? There seems to be lots of quests open now. You've got one as well.
Do you hear the river's
Weed War
song?
2.
May
We'll
your
pick up that
wolves
one.
be ever
And then... Is there another one? No, that's the fire one. There we go. And then we wanted Jade Squash, which is Jade Squash seeds. Let's do... Oh, what can we buy extra now? Bags of things. We can also do bags of Jade Squash seeds, striped melon, song bell, red blossom leek. Let's try one of these, see how these work. There we go. Right, let me just catch up on chat. Well, there's loads of stuff. There we go. I missed Pandaria. Yes, I did. You've done the farm every day for 2 weeks on 4 characters, and now you can't sell anything. Oh no, Buttery. Meant to say you're pushing Drums of Fury for 54 gold each on a decent server. That's very good. Should you try Father of the Sands farm? I should try. Yes, I will probably go for that at some point, Will Webster, definitely. Your main's at 96 months, just haven't got there yet. Yeah, because you can go 2 ways, really. But you could always come back to it afterwards. Just started playing a couple of weeks ago. Well, that's very good. 96 is a nice level to get to. Oh, for the trillion bars. Okay. You have 2 tunes doing garrisons, bought cheap pets on the main realm. Okay, but that's the pet transfer. Okay, well that's the plan. Well, hopefully it pays off, Foki. Pandaria is 80 to 90. Yes. So if you've gone past it by doing something like Cataclysm, you can always go up to Legion and then come back. Did about half the quest there, then dungeons for the rest. Okay. And never came across your own farm. I did exactly the same with Samadan when I first came through this, levelling through Legion. I got as far as here with Samadan, but I didn't do these quests or find them, because I'd already out-leveled the whole of Pandaria by that point. Hey, Evil Dinner, how are you? Let me just catch up with chat, and I'll be with you all in 1 minute. Start transmuting says, get yourself a pet and a mount. Okay, good stack sizes, say leave them now and try the Golden Lotus in the farm. You sell ore from the farm? Okay. It's a hard slog, but that 1 mount, the vial, took your gold making to another level. Yeah, I think so. I don't know how well it sells on my server. They are random, yes. But they are very much needed for the Panthers mainly. Hope you like the pets. Yes, thank you very much, Evil Dinner. I've got them on the market and then hopefully they will sell. That's very kind of you to pass them on. Find people could be lazy to farm or gather the ores more, so you sell ore. That's true. Wherever there's an easier route, people will often take it. So let's try with this packet of seeds that I've just bought. How does that work? Bag of jade squash seeds. Bag of jade squash seeds. So okay. That's interesting. So you just throw the bag. Got 9 charges. That's pretty cool. And then you go through and do all the things that you need to do, like infested, tangled, and this one I need to pull. There we are. Let's go through these. I'll get the hang of this eventually. You save like 15 gold for each bag of seeds. Oh right, okay, well that's definitely worth it. I didn't check the price of them. Jump to that one and that one. Nod, thank you ever so much for the follow. You just have enough farms of time to put in to gather all your tunes, also raiding gear and just having fun. Yeah, if it's fun, then definitely do it. Did I spray that one? Oh no, I've got to pull this one. It's a tangled one. I need to get on my flying for this, really. It's easier when you're flying. There we are. And then infested, we need this. And this one. There we go, and they're all ready. You have 21 110s. That's a lot. Working on your 22nd. I mean, with that, you can make plenty of gold just from doing the order halls. Most definitely. Okay, so Weed War 3, let's do that. And then Growing the Farm 2 is over there. And then we can do those two. So let's do number 1 first. Let's get my objectives down. Weed War, there we go. Let's follow this one. Oh, we need to just hand in this one. Young Plum, thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. Just checked and drums went up to 150 on your realm. Nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, drums seem to be selling very well indeed for most people. Of course, people are going to cotton on to this and start making lots of them. But might as well do as much as you can. You just don't find it fun to keep switching through tunes to make gold, yeah. Your dad pays for your game time, so gold is not needed. That's fair enough. Yeah, as long as you remember, it's got to be fun. That's the main thing. Now this thing, I remember. What weeds? Okay, we've got to do things here, haven't we? We've got to run over these. And then we've got to pull that. Then we've got to do that. And then we've got to run round. Squash those, pull those. Run around here. I think that's it, and then it goes a bit crazy later on. And then what have we got over here? Too far away. What's this do? Gas bomb. Okay, that could be interesting. This is where it gets a bit crazy, I think. Yeah, there's loads of them. Okay, let's just drop that down there. And then we can run around here. Do that. Just going to pull all these. See if I can get any better on these. Alright, I'm going to ignore that one and get a gas bomb instead. And we'll do that. Click on that. Throw that over there. That should help out with those. And I can pull that one down maybe? No, we've got that one. There we go. Then we can run through all of these. Collect those up. Can we pull this one? Can't seem to pull that one. I'll leave that one too. Well, let's get a gas bomb and deal with that one. Because it seems to be a pesky weed. And I'll run over these instead. Yeah, I can see chat going off, so I'll come back on that as much as I can. Oh, there we go. We're done. Let's check up. You just use the mobile app. Okay, yes, I know a lot of people do use that one, Endorphin. And you watch Goldmaking streamers because you have seizures and can't watch loud streamers. Okay, so usually gold streamers are quiet. You can watch them without stressing yourself out. That's fair enough, Willie. No, I'm sorry to hear you have seizures, but I'm glad that we're peaceful enough so we're not a problem. So was that done? Do we need to hand this? Yes, we need to hand that back in. Okay. So let's carry on to the next quest, which is this one, which is growing the farm. This is going to be the next section, hopefully. You have this stream up in the background whilst leveling your mage. So relaxing, I'll say. Oh, thank you, Paul Cates. It's very kind of you to say so. So, what have we got here on the end? This is new. So what do you need us to do?
Oh, hello.
I didn't see the face like yours around here before. Growing the farm, the broken wagon. Okay, you need my help for something, you come to the right gal. Anyway, you bring here some of that wood. Collect 100 waxed planks. Whole lot of it down at the bottom of the lake. If you fish it right out, get it? Fish. Okay.
Bring you joy.
So can we just... do we have to fish it? Or are we... aha, there it is, I see it. Let's just boomkin the way through this. Clear the ads. There we go. And then we can collect it up. There we go. Everyone's saying ASMR. Thank you, Pantykins. Very kind of you. Same but leveling a monk. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to really sort of target that market personally. It's not something I'm deliberately going for. I'm mainly all about just keeping it chill. Do that, swim to that. How much more do we need? There we go, there's 100. Let's go into travel form. And then we can float and fly away. That's certainly a lot easier to do it as a druid. I'm glad I'm doing it as a druid. That was easy. There's the planks. So is that... Yep. And now we need to go over to the stolen bits and pieces. We can do those. Chill, relaxed and realistic. That's why you followed. Oh, thank you, Will Webster. It's very kind of you. Aha, now these, you need to go in here, these holes. I remember this one now. I think we can do these. We need to do a few of these. And then we can find the stolen things. Is that everything? Yeah, we've got them all in one go. That was pretty cool. Stream of luck there, I think. And then the next one, let's just move on over. Where do we need to go? Here, the lesser of two evils, Springtail Warren Mother. Aha, alright, okay, so that's another one. You must be in another hole. Now which one are you? I would think you're going to be in this one. Yeah, there you are. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to run past you as I go on out, so I'll do that as I go. There we go. Oh, apologies. There we go. Okay, so those are the daily quests for Halfhill Farm done, and the expansion again. So let's head on back down. Our tiller's rep is currently at 3,149. If pets weren't good investments, you'd stay away, but knowing how hard some of them are to obtain, you find them hard to get them for nothing. Greed taking over. Well, if you understand the pets market, that's half the battle, really. I don't, and which is why I leave that to others, like Extoria. Okay, lesser of two evils complete. And then we've got another one over here.
Tell me of your travels.
Which is, they don't even wear them, which is that. Complete. The extra bonus. This is coming on really nicely now. And then there's another one over here. A gift. Oh, we haven't done that one. Appleberry Hooch. What did I need to do for that? Weed War, let's do that one. Okay, so where is Appleberry Hooch? What do we need to do? Obtain 8 of Yoon's apples and 50 of Yoon's cranberries. So where are these? Okay. Plus, you never get into Pets Market. You tried to hold back, found it slow. Yes, they do. You do need like hundreds of them, definitely. Hey, Sensors, how are you? In the hut near the farm. Oh, yes. Yes, thank you, Butteroo and Pantykins. Yes, I remember now. You go into here. There's no quest thing there, only a little pink dot. So let's do that. And do that. And then we can pop outside. And we've also got Farmer Fung's Vote, Yak Attack. Accept that one. And then we need to make Appleberry Hooch, which is... I've got an idea. If only it's a basket for apples, sure, if you could bring them to the Still Master. Aha. That's over... Who's the Still Master? Hey, One Tough. Oh, okay, you off, are you, One Tough Oak? Okay. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. Let's see, you're just there. Bobu. I see you here.
Hello.
And could you do that? Thank you very much. And then we'll go over to here.
The river
And we'll give you the gift.
of your deeds.
Complete
Do
that.
not be afraid to swim
And
against
then
the current.
the other one to hand in. Didn't have a question mark over you,
Welcome. Farewell.
weirdly. Where are you? Farmer Fung's vote. Farmer Fung. What do we need to do here? Speak to Farmer Fung at the Heartland. Where's the Heartland? Heartland or the Half Hill Market in the Valley of the Four Winds. So if he's not here, I thought he was here, but he doesn't appear to be here. Okay. Much for fast-moving markets, but take the Thistlereef Adventurer. So on your run for 40 to 80k. Now it's obtained from the cash you get after completing Dreamweaver's Emissary. You've done 15 daily quests in Legion, gotten 3, so in my mind, when Legion is not current content, after X amount of months, it'll be expensive. Yep, good thinking, Foku. I could see how that could work, definitely. Hey, Tormund, how are you? True, with inflation being what it was, pets will increase. Yeah, definitely. How much geo, is that gold you mean? Do I get per character on Tiller's farm? I'm not sure we're at the point where it's a gold making thing. It's mainly to do with the Motes of Harmony and the Golden Lotus. That's the main thing I'm doing. Oh, Ghost Iron Ore. Sorry, now I'm with you. I just worked it out. I don't know yet. Tournaments. I'm still doing that. There we go. Join a guild. No, thank you. Not at the moment. Oh, thank you, Maru Lol and Lord Sagrath for the follows. Yes, I just worked it out. I don't know yet. I haven't got to that stage. Once I've gotten everything up to the right level, then I'll be able to do that. What gifts do you like? It's not that one. So Farmer Fung isn't here, so not that I can see you. So he's either at the Heartland. Where's the Heartland? Over here. So let's go have a little fly over here and see if we can find him. Unless I was mistaken and he was there. Let's have a look. The arrow's saying go this direction. He's next to the lake on a pile of poo. Okay. Whilst I'm here, let's just take some of this. And you should be here. Farmer Fung. Oh, you're with that new farmer in town, aren't you? If you want my vote, you're joking, right? Return 5 escaped shag skins to farmer. His yak pen at the very north end of Verdant Belt.
Goodbye.
So get his yaks back. Okay, let's help with your yaks. So what do we need to do is have a look here. I see a yak. Hop on. And okay, we've got some things here. No, they're not. We can't go into bear form on a yak. Oh, right. So where do we need to take these? If I get my yaks back. Yak pen to the very north end of the Verdant Belt. Okay, so let's go north. See if we can find them. Here, right here. That's not far away at all. That was literally it. Okay. Well, let's try another one then. Just ride it in. That was super easy. Okay, let's try a few more. Oh, that's a huge one there. Can I go on that one? I mean, it's a lot easier with flight form as a druid. Well, they're two on top of each other then. Let's get that through. And last one. Shame we can't use that one. I'll go for this one instead. There we are. At least they made it easy. That's the main thing. There we go. Nice. Nice yak noises. Where have you gone, Farmer Fung? You were here a minute ago. Oh, there you are.
Speak up.
There we go. And then Beaming Radiant Smile. Plant and harvest 3 green cabbages, then deliver 15 green cabbages to Farmer Fung. Okay, we can do that.
What do you need?
Ooh, there we go, we did that. Can't figure out how to properly set up your transmog operations. It's posting everything at normal price instead of just undercutting everything by 1 copper. Do you have any clue what string to use to undercut everything? Okay, we're going to have a look at that. Whoops. You're going to be maining a priest in BFA instead of a druid, as you did in Legion. Wonder what it'll do without the flight form with questing. Yeah, we're all going to be in that position, Pantykins. And Mr. Allstar, thank you for the follow. So, in terms of transmog, my operations umbreno is this. So everything I have is I throw on just for a standard low price for me. So my group operation for posting is one called Old World Region Average. So in here, my posting operation, I have the main things here. If I just move this up from the chat, you can see everything. There we go. So I'm using DB Region Market Average as my string to compare against. My minimum price is really quite low, 50% DB Region Market. When it's below minimum, post at minimum price. My maximum is 300% of DB Region Market Average, and when it's above maximum, I'll post it at maximum price. It very rarely gets to that point. And then my normal price is 110% DB Region Market Average. So that's when no other auctions are on, then I'll post it at the Region Market Average. I use Region Market Average rather than my own DB Market, because with transmog, if you're the only seller, it's very easy to inflate your own prices. So I find for me, as I'm not too concerned about this market, I just use DB Region Market and it works for me. Did you check the box that said ignore random enchants when adding your items? It could be you're seeing them as different items, different from your items because of different stats. Oh yes, Pantykins, that's a good point. I'd forgotten about that. When you add the item in on the old world here, there's in TSM 4, there's a tick box here where you can ignore random enchants. And so instead of something being like that ancestral wand of the fire flash, that would become just the ancestral wand, and it will just undercut everything. It's probably worth me going through and changing a few of these, because I haven't really updated those. But these are the Contender's Spirit items. Don't forget to reload the game after you add the transmog with the random enchantment. Okay, yeah, that's a good point, Jack. I hadn't known that one. Right, so let's go back. What do we need to do next? We need to plant the cabbage seed. So I need to take some of our... What did we plant actually? Was it cabbage? I can't remember. Don't think it was. It was squashes. There it is. So we need to just take 3 of these out. We need to use a shovel. I thought we picked up a shovel. Don't appear to have one. Let's pick another one up. There we go. Ah, greetings, Ignis. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Bendylol, thank you ever so much for the follow. So we need to make 3 of these. So let's use our shovel on all these 3. What's a good quick way to level cooking? Quick way for me was actually to just go straight up to Legion level, and I just started making all the Legion things that were a profit. I was fairly easy to be able to get materials for those. For the beginning ones, I did the beginning cook quests and went from that. Come to Half Hill Market, you can do the quest she gives you. Yes, I hear this is quite easy to get you up. The person here, Guide to the Ways, I think she can do it quite easily. I haven't done it though, so I don't know for sure. What do I need? Green cabbage seeds.
Browse my wares.
Green cabbage. Well, let's get a bag of these. Bag of green cabbage seeds.
Jade serpent.
There we go. And then let's pop these down on our freshly tilled soil. Bag of green cabbage seeds. There we go. Now we need to do a little bit of a maintenance, and we need to water them, so we'll use our irrigation thing. There we go. You get around 600 without really moving a lot and spending about 1,000 gold. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then Nomi snacks. Yeah, it's not cheap, but you can use Nomi snacks to get all the Nomi ones. Yeah, it's a lot easier now with Nomi snacks, although they are still quite pricey at the moment. So I've got to wait for those to come through. So I think we can leave Awakening for now. So we're going to Hearthstone back, I think, to the Dwarven District. Yeah, getting any burnt food is a pain. I know it was certainly a pain earlier on. So, looking at what we've got here, moving on. Awakening has everything I need now. How are we doing profession-wise? 777, a Legion Master and Alchemy, so we could level these up a little bit more. But I'll leave those for now. I mean, I could use Darkmoon Fair to get another 5 points in each of those. Basic seed pack, I'll take that. Thank you very much, Farmer Yoon. And we'll move on over to our next character, which is El Morte, who's been doing really well with his mining at the moment. Kaido, thank you ever so much for the follow. Before I do that though, I just remembered I need to swap back to Earthen and move the gold he made over to Samadan so Samadan can add it to his tally. I'm doing it that way so that each individual character still has a float of money, so I can kind of get a gauge as to how much money each of them has, and I can add it all into the 5 million challenge. So let's carry on and we'll check if we've got any drum sales in that time. I'm not expecting any, but you never know. No, I'm not expecting any in there, but let's have a quick look on the auction house, just in case there's been some sales. Graven Scale, Armbands of Harmonious. That was a sale I wasn't expecting. And then the Bear Tartar and Drums of Fury. I wonder if we've been undercut actually. Let's have a quick look. Recent searches, Drums of Fury. Yeah, we've been undercut with a huge amount, 55 gold. I mean, to be fair, 262 is quite a high price, but 55 is quite a low price compared to what you could be selling them for. That's below region market average. I would be tempted to buy these up and repost them on. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to post mine back on. I know that's a profit for them, most likely, but it's an easy win for me if I can still sell them. So I'm going to do that whilst I'm here. And just post those on. And we'll go to my auctions and we'll run a post scan. Do I think the fact that meat is only dropping for skinners will make a big deal for the food markets? Yeah, it could be interesting. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but it would mean skinners can sell the food, and then cooks are going to be more in demand. Now, unfortunately, Earthen, my skinner, is not also a cook, so I'd have to either make him a new cook for BFA, or I need to transfer and send everything over to Samadan. But because I've got a cook and a skinner, that will be quite a nice combination. Right, so let's try the new TSM mailing. How much gold have we got? 56,000. So I'm going to send. Now we can use our contacts. This is quite nice. I've seen this earlier. You look at alts, and then I can go to Samadan, and I can send money, and the amount of money will be 50,000. It's in copper, so we're going to have to go 50,000 gold. Okay, let's put the comma in. That makes it quite easy, especially if you pair it with fishing all on one tune. Yeah, definitely. Insomnia, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And pay attention, Beat. Thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. In Beta, you can easily get the first 60 levels of cooking with fish or vendor ingredients. It's next to the cooking trainer, so no immediate need for any meat items. Okay, Kaelin, thank you for that one. That's going to be useful. I'll have to look into fishing. I've not done it yet, but I'd be very interested in doing it. So let's send that 50,000 to Samadan. Yes, please. So now we can swap over to our final character. Fishing's going to be a boom for sales. Yeah, I'm going to have to get into it. And luckily I don't have to have any of the prerequisites of fishing, so I can start from scratch, which is really nice. So last time we saw El Morte, he was level 80. Now off stream the past couple of days I did the Pandaria starting quest and got myself into the zone, and I've started mining ghost iron ore, which has been really, really cool. You need to level up like cooking for BFA. It's not like Legion. Yes, and they're going to change all the professions, GG Laser, so they're now contained to each expansion. So basically, BFA will have its own set of level scales. Legion will have its own level scales. Each, I think it's to 100 or 300. I'm not sure exactly. You enjoyed fishing a lot in Legion. The artifact was fun. Yeah, I missed out on that one, Will Webster. Good evening, Gumdrops. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been so far? So now, looking at El Morte, fresh level 80. Actually, through doing all my ghost iron mining, we're actually nearly all the way to 81. So looking at my map, hey, right one too. Oh no, I've already said hello to you. Is that level scaling going to hurt gold makers? I'm not sure, to boots. It means that people can pretty much focus on the expansions and professions that they want to. I think it's going to be quite good, actually. Kalito, thank you very much for the follow. And you can skip the Draenor intro by going to the east side of the Timeless Isle in an underwater cave, sitting on a chair, clicking on the campfire. That will straight teleport to Gorgrond. Yes, Butteroo, I've seen that. I did it once myself with some guidance for people on the stream. Excuse me. Pretty hectic yesterday. I had a nice chill day today. Excellent, Gumdrops. Excuse me. A bit croaky. Yeah, excuse me. Definitely go for the artifact fishing pole. If you can, GG Laser. But it's going to change, I think, at pre-patch. So things may change even quicker than that, maybe in a couple of weeks. Do you plan implementation of sell rates into group building, custom prices, min profit crafting? There we go through all those. Get your skills to 700 so they show as max in BFA, as far as you've been told. Yeah, definitely. It's already a thing in 4. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, we've had a few interesting teething issues, Gumdrops, with the task list. I can see how it's going to be really, really useful, but I couldn't get it to work with my cooking at the moment. That was definitely a problem there. 82,000 costs are very nice indeed. Some great sales there. So with my ghost iron ore, I've just been flying around this area, collecting everything up. Although, where was it here? In one of these places, I got hit by some things that were really tough for an 81, and they killed me a lot. Some of my auctions have expired as well, so we're going to have to go back and do those. Yeah, you need, back to your fun, I mean work. Yeah, it's hard to call it work when it's so much fun. So I'm going to do a little bit more of ghost iron farming, and then I can pass this on to Awakening. Oops, I meant to fly. I forgot I wasn't a druid then for a minute. So I'm going to follow my route along this way, I think. See if we can collect up some ore in a nice little run. We've done that one. We're just going to follow the mini-map using routes here. More work. Off I go then. You've been getting TSM errors when crafting from the Blizz user interface. That's an interesting one, Sensors. Not had that one. Maybe a reload will help that. Right, I always get my head turned around and I've done it again. I forgot I wasn't a druid. See, the good thing about this is I am getting XP whilst mining and whilst discovering new zones. So it's really quite cool. And you should start playing Warcraft 3. Yeah, I know, you've said it before, Jack. Need to get the pole in your hunters, your skin and cook. Yes, GG Laser, that's a good idea. Practically feature complete now, so next sprints and bug fixing to clean up with some fleshing out the task list and other bits and bobs. Excellent Gumdrops. I'd certainly be looking forward to that. And then hopefully all... Oh, that's just despawned, I think. Okay, Evil Dinner, thank you ever so much for stopping by. Have a great evening, and I'll see you again very soon. Do my routes come pre-packaged? No, I have to make them up myself. Oh, Mosseltov, thank you ever so much for the host. Very kind of you. How was your stream? Hope all is well with you. Welcome everyone from Mosseltov's stream. Besides, you have the... yes, you have to make them myself. Well, I'll go through that in a minute once I just said hello to everyone. Hey, Gregor, how are you? Yes, I did get a very generous host from Sharkin who did another 24-hour stream, so it's a very, very nice indeed. Will there be a filter so you can filter by region sale rate? It'd be nice if you could order it by that, definitely. Well, you could change the order of the list, that would be good. Do I study beta for making gold? Or I'll do it when I do. I don't study beta at all. I basically want to keep everything fresh and new for me, so I actually haven't loaded beta at all, even though I've got it available. That's slightly different for a gold maker, I know, but I'm kind of enjoying it really. Do I still keep my other minor TSM modules installed? No, I've taken mine out, but I've been using TSM for a long time. Going to go grab the 5 million challenge. Okay, Mozzeltov, well, good luck. If you want the chart, if anyone wants my chart, they are more than welcome to take a copy of it. There we go. Okay, Past, thank you ever so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you again soon. Yes, going back to routes, as you were saying. So if I type in /routes, and the routes I've currently got is for this one in the Jade Forest. It's called Ghost Iron at the moment. So if I delete this, and then I've got no routes, so you look on my map, and it's completely fine. So then what I do, if I type in /routes again, and then I'll make a new one based on where I am at the moment. So we'll add a route in. We're going to use all the mining, ghost iron ore and the trillium veins. And then we're going to call this ghost iron in the list. And then I click on create a bare route. Oh no, that was the wrong one. I actually wanted to click create route. I did that last time. So what I can do then is click on this one and delete that. Go back and do that again. And I'm going to call this one from the Jade Forest Ghost Iron. I know there's some chat going off, but I'll catch up with you in a minute. And then I'll click create route here. And then that gives me my route. And if you look at it on the map now, it's a complete mess of lines. So then what I do, go back into /routes. And I go into the Ghost Iron one. And I optimize the route. And I'll click cluster to cluster everything together. I've got extra optimization turned on. Now this will pause my, this is quite laggy at the moment, so poor Mr. Potato takes quite a while to go through all of this. So hopefully it's not going to break everything whilst I do it on stream. So if we have a look at our group now, it hasn't quite done anything yet. So we go back to the routes. And we do this foreground thing. This will do everything in the foreground, so it'll use up all the CPU speed. So hopefully my stream's not going to break whilst I click on this. It should hang for a bit whilst it works everything out. And whilst it's doing that, hopefully, yeah, the stream's still working. So let me just go around and make sure I've caught up on chat. A filter list would be very nice. Manual farming. This looks scary. It definitely makes a fun change, especially when I need a lot of ghost iron ore. We just go back to the auction house after seeing that mess. Yeah. Do we get some cookie time? Cookie's not around tonight. Oreo's sat over there like a sphinx. She must be sleeping upstairs. Right, so the path with 313 nodes was found. So now when we look at our routes, it's more organised. Now this is still a bit of a mess because these are so densely populated. You can see the route kind of like wiggling in and out and around. This is probably not the best area to show as an example. Probably one of these ones would be better because then it would pick the route and go around in the clusters. You can change the cluster sizes and things like that to optimise your route. So it probably takes a little bit of tweaking to get it a bit further, but it at least gives me a line on the mini map now that I can follow, and that will sort of like wiggle my way around the map, and I can go and do all my mining of ghost iron ore. Yeah, bringing in pictures of your homemade ice cream. Oh, that's certainly nice, Mr. Honkit. Yeah, it's very handy for mining and herbalism. Now I can see here I've got a ghost iron deposit over that side, but I'm going to ignore that for now and just make sure I do the ones that are close by on my line. I can see I've got a flight path I can pick up there. The add-ons I'll show you, there's a number of them. So we use GatherMate 2, GatherMate 2 data. So GatherMate 2 is for all the sort of the different herbs and bits and pieces, and then the data is all the data mined off of Wowhead, and then Roots, this one down here, is the one to do all the lines. Anywhere outside of Legion use Darkmoon Firewater? Yes, of course, Lixie. Is that for everything, or is that just Warlords of Draenor? I can't remember. I do have some on my Demon Hunter. So I'm going to follow this route round. Looking at the map, there's one there. Now, a lot of these are in the water, which does make it slightly more difficult. Oh, what did I miss that? Do Sam ever even have mods? Yeah, my son is a mod, but he's very, very rarely on whilst I'm streaming. So kind of missing on that point. Not sure that counts. Absolutely. Works with anything, you think? Okay, good to know. Oh, there we go. Someone else is mining. Oh, I did get a chance to go back to them. There we go. We should pay Sam with chicken pictures. No, to be honest, moderators is definitely something that I would be. I thankfully don't have a lot of unwanted attention on the chat, so I haven't had much need for moderators at this point. But I don't want to risk it. But there will come a point, I'm sure, where I'll need to have people keeping an eye on chat so it stays family friendly. Dyke on a Bike, thank you ever so much for the follow. Let me just find that one. And oh, that's in the water, that one. Just throw up a bushel of apples and see what mod jumps first. Yeah. Well, if anyone is interested in becoming a mod, ping me a message on Discord, and I'm more than happy to put it under consideration. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need in the future, but it's something to think about. Pill and Cannon, thank you ever so much for the follow. Very kind of you. In general, do I farm all my mats myself, or do I also buy off the auction house? And most of the time I buy them off the auction house, but for me this is a lot of fun doing this with my blacksmith here, because I really enjoy Pandaria and the music and the scenery, even though I'm staring at a tiny little mini map. I know I just went round everywhere before I saw that one, but that'll do. You gave up when you said you wanted a family-friendly stream. What's the 5 million challenge? Basically, that's a poor pose to make. So basically, this is my 5 million challenge. Is basically, since the Brutus Sword mount came out, I've set myself the target of getting 5 million gold. So I started at 1 million gold in the middle of May, and this blue line is the gold I've earned between then and now. So we're currently at about 2.5 million. We should be at 3 million, so we're 500,000 under target. If I make 55,000 a day between here and here, I'll catch up on myself, and I made that today. I made about 80,000 today, so that was a really good day today. If you would like a copy of this chart, you're more than welcome to take a copy and do your own challenge. That's a link to it in the chat. But basically, this is me filling in all my gold as I make it. Well, at the end of the stream today, I'll fill in my gold for today, and we'll see where we got to. So there we are. That's the 5 million challenge, which we're currently trying to help out that by mining some ghost iron ore at the moment. Also, just remove unwanted messages, welcoming new viewers, answering questions you might miss in chat, and being your cheerleader at important jobs of a mod. This is very true, Gumdrops, and that is something that Jack and Costa have definitely been very good at doing, most naturally, which is quite nice. At that mine you can get a pickaxe that gives you a chance to mine rare gems. Oh, interesting. From nodes in Pandaria. Which mine is that? Interesting, Sophie. I'll have to look into that one. Give me my 2 million back. How about any videos of the start of my journey? Yes, Heeks. Basically, on my YouTube channel, I've got basically everything from when I started streaming a year ago. My Legion playlist has everything from when I started back in September right up to now, and then I've got a more recent playlist that goes just through the 5 million challenge between the middle of May till now, and they both overlap. I'm more of a bad cop mod. You're a good cop mod. People in their spreadsheets impressing. You like this one the best. Lucky you can get. You're lucky you can get the dang sum to work on a column. Right one too. Yes, it can be quite a bit like TSM really. Okay, Will Webster, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Sorry, I'm a bit behind on chat there. Great stat are the Twitch teams shared. If someone's mentioned when they come join the stream for the first time, they're overwhelmingly more likely to return as a repeat viewer. Ah, interesting. Gumdrops. There are also engineering goggles from Samadan showing extra ghost on board. Ooh, interesting. Cheerleader. Possibly Costa. 5-minute channel I was looking for. No worries, Heeks. No problem at all. Meriki, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Do the mist-piercing goggles still work? Okay, they do. That's good. Okay, Darkshore Capital, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Oh, Meriki, you've raided me. Oh, thank you very much. How was your stream? I hope you had a good one. Well, there we go. Let me just run through everyone quickly. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I hope you are well on this fine Sunday evening. Basically, what I'm doing at the moment is I'm mining some ghost iron ore on my fresh level 80 Death Knight, who's going to supplement my alchemist with materials for the transmutes. It was awesome, excellent, good to hear, Meriki. Very good indeed. Well, thanks ever so much for the raid. It's very kind of you. Would have thought being mentioned when you join would annoy a lot of people who just want to lurk. Yes, I guess so, Solitary. I certainly wouldn't want to call out lurkers. For me, that would be a big no-no. It would be more a case of saying hello to anyone who says hello in chat, or anyone who follows. Can't see any comments about them not working on Wowhead at least. Did I miss something there earlier, Mr. Honkit? Just let me lurk. Right, so we're going to follow my line. Have I started going the wrong way again? No, we're going to work. Where are we actually going to go here? We're going to follow this round. Tell you what, I'm going to ignore the line now and I'm going straight to the island. Just reading chat and can't keep up. You and me both, Costa. You and me both. I basically just keep an eye on the side and try my best. I do occasionally miss people, for which I do apologise. Oh, there's one down there. Let's go do that. Whilst we're on the way. There's another one just over there in the corner, so we might as well go and pick that one up as well. Did that just fail? That was interesting. Oh, we're going to have a combat on our hands, so let's try a bit of combat. One of those, Forest Huntress. If you come to a small stream to check someone out, and the streamer calls you out before you've even typed anything, you tend to leave the stream. Yes, I'd agree, Pantikins. The mist-piercing goggles. Okay, thank you, Mr. Honkit. Right, I'm going to head... Oh, I did that one. We're going to head over this direction. I want to go to that island that has some rich veins around here somewhere. And then I'll probably go back and smelt these. You might chat a lot at times, but to be honest, if you streamed, think you would beat Shay in not reading chat. Because I really am a quiet person. That's fair enough. Oh, there's one right down there. So we've gone yellow on Ghost Iron Ore, so we're at 550 skill, which is pretty decent. I'm quite happy with that. We've also leveled up. We're going to level up to 81 at this rate. I'm going to do this loop round the island. Oh, really need to be over this side. There's one. Hey Emery, how are you? You have that with streamers that hand you a whole document of links and info when you just come in. Yeah. Oh, there's one over there. Let's see if we can dodge the lovely looking cats. No. Gonna have to have one fight on our hands. Oh, meanwhile, we're getting mined in the background. Oh, stunned. I need to do my anti-stun thing. There we go. Now we can mine those. Do that one. Do that one. Dungeon unlocked. Oh, we leveled up to 81. Fantastic. Lidips. Oh, look, there's one just down here. Let's go to mine this one, along with everyone else. And then we're going to head... I'm going to head over this way, I think. Just go into the middle. Oh, I thought I'd catch you, unfortunately. Let's do that, do my blood. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong buttons, that's why. I don't mean to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I'm going to need my anti-stun spell. There we go. World first. Thank you ever so much. Mazel tov. Right, I can see 2 more veins over there, along with everyone else. This looks like a rich ghost iron deposit, which is quite nice. Does that give me extra? Gives me 5. And then there's one over that side, which we're going to do. Yeah, multi-box, I'm sure there's going to be a lot, definitely. How do you mine whilst multi-boxing though, Mazeltov? That must be quite difficult setting everything up with all the nodes. Alright, I think that's going to be enough for me for now. Oh, nearly landed on some mobs there. Let's just land on this island, and then we'll hearthstone back and do a bit of smelting. Right. Finish that off. Camera macro, back up a couple of steps on your master account to your slave accounts. Okay, it's easy, but a frequent question. Okay, cool.
What's on your mind?
And what do we have? Nothing. Oh, there's a bit of junk there. That and that. And how much ghost iron ore did we have here? We've got 90. That's pretty good. Okay, Soulmeister, thanks for the link. Right, we need to go over to our smelting pot over here. So let's go have a look at our mining. And I'm going to switch to the WoW user interface for this one. Smelt the ghost iron. So this is all feeding into the alchemy, alchemy game. Oops, press the wrong button there. I need that instead. So what I'm looking for now is my little message board that I've got, which has real-time board. Having played the druid most of your time in WoW, don't think you could mine or herb without instant flight form. Yes, I definitely miss not being a druid on my miner, definitely. So let's look at my gold making gold making chart. So this is with the aid of Jack's rather wonderful blog. I made up this real-time board, which gave me a graphic visualization of the whole process of ghost iron into trillium into living steel. And you can herb in the sky column, that's also very true. And the Recolor toy collection, I'm not sure about that one. This is the first time you've been streaming whilst you're awake since you followed my Twitch. Oh, thank you, Zilwal. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. I'm going to macro that vid, yeah. So looking at this, we are down here with the smelt ghost iron, which can feed back into the ghost iron bar, which then feeds into the transmute trillium bar, which then feeds into the transmute living steel. Well, that's the process anyway I've got so far. So this side, oh, where's that on? I need to get that to move. There we go. This side is all the alchemy side, and this side is the mining side, so these two over here. Ampho DJ, thank you ever so much for the follow. But a different colour, you get it for, want to say 300 eyes. Oh, it's 300. Okay, interesting. So looking at this, this is where we're at. So we're feeding both of these in. I haven't gotten any of the trillium ore yet, That's something else to look into. But at the moment, I'm just feeding in the ghost iron side of things. You almost have the 300 toy amount, but you're a druid, so I think you're good with herbs. Yeah, I think if you've got a druid, then you're pretty much golden at that point. So ghost iron ore, my mat cost is coming in at 10 gold, which is less than my min buyout on my server, which is currently at 20 gold. The smelt ghost iron, the ghost iron itself is at 34 gold. So this is currently a profit if my mat price was, if we took that 10 gold as the mat price. But what we're going to do with this is, because we're turning this into the ghost iron, we're hoping for some procs when we go for the ghost iron into the trillium on the alchemy side of things. So what I'm going to do is make up all this ghost iron, then send it to Awakening, and then we're going to use that to feed it back into the living steel side of things. If the living steel isn't selling that well, then we're going to have to go back and maybe think about selling the ore, or selling the bars, or selling the trillium itself. So we've got a few options there anyway. Hey Anak Runner, how are you? You got your chef's hat today, congratulations. You love alchemy shuffles. Yes, thanks to Jack and his blog, which we'll also put in a minute. Let's get some chef's hat in there for an Arc Runner. Congratulations on that. Does it hurt to sit like that for many hours? No, not really. Not if I just mix my leg position around. And if we also do Jack's blog for the alchemy transmutes. So if you go there, and you'll be able to see how I got that chart and everything to do with the transmutes side of the alchemy, which I found really, really useful. So what I'm going to do is, this is a thing, gumdrops actually, with the TSM mailing and my Addy bags, because TSM and Addy bags don't really play very well together. It'll be nice in the settings of TSM to have a option to turn off always open your bags when you open mailing. I know it was an option before, but it doesn't seem to be an option anymore now. That would be really handy. So now we're going to send this. I could set up a group for this, but I'm just going to leave this at the moment as Ghost Iron Bar. I'm going to send all of those to my alts. We're going to send it to Awakening, and we'll send that. Give us TSM bags. Oh, now that's an idea, Jack. I like the idea of that. More of an option with your bag add-on. Yes, it was. There is an option with my bag add-on with every time you open up an auction tab or open up your bank tab, it automatically opens, which I had turned off, and it didn't used to work with TSM mailing. But now, since the new mailing update, the bag add-on automatically opens up, so something between the two's changed. I remember in TSM 3, in the settings, there was an option to turn on or off the bags opening. And I wondered if there would be one in inventory mailing, which I could turn off, that says like not clean open automatically, but open automatically. That would be quite handy in there. But that's a nice to have. There's plenty of other things I'd rather fixed with the bugs, more so than anything else. Yeah, TSM bags for the win. Yeah, because with Addy bags itself, if I go into the options of Addy bags, interface, add-ons, Addy bags, there's basically enable bags for there, and automatically open is actually turned off for the merchant's bank and all the other things. So there's no other thing I can do here other than keep it turned off. So it's a bit weird. It wasn't working, but since the TSM mailing update, it's now happening. But yeah, I'd go for a TSM bags over that any day, so long as it can organise my mess of the bags and organise my guild bank as well. That would also be good. Let's just run a post scan. I'm not sure I've got everything posted on yet. Yeah, I must have done. Okay, so let's swap out. We'll leave the Ghost Iron transmutes for now. So I'm going to go back to Samadan, because my throat's just starting to dry up again. TSM could cook me dinner and do your dishes too, please. Yes, that'd be very good, Fen. That'd be very handy. So we need to sort out that waste transmog, definitely. It's out of place now. So back to Samadan, we're going to just check the final gold tally for the night. Well, I can solo Kara as a Death Knight Blood. Yeah, definitely Frodo. It's definitely good fun. I can recommend that. A bit of button mashing and you're away. At which level? 72. Right, okay, so in my inbox we've got some successful sales of Glorious Stats, Binding and Strength, Mark of the Claw. We've got the 50,000 that Earthen made through Drums of Fury and Bear Tartar sent over. And then we've got the other enchants there, so really nice. And we bought some Chaos Crystals, so that's nearly 56,000. Yep, go tank. Ah, you're 71. Oh, very close. You could try it. How can you get there as Horde? I'm not sure. We're going to have a look at that, Zerwal, in a minute. I'm just going to total up all my gold now. So let's have a look. The Real Maxian, thank you ever so much for the follow. So we've broken the 2.5 million mark. So that's cool. So let's bring up my chart. Blasted Land Portal and then fly north. Okay, thank you, Muzzletov. So here's my chart, and let's add in today's gold, which has been a really nice boost, actually. 2,526,984. So that takes our chart. There's a nice steep rise there. That's very good. Hey, 10th Bongula, how are you? For the hordes. No worries, Muzzletov. How are you, 10th Bongula? Now, unfortunately, you've just caught me towards the end of the stream, so unfortunately for the horse. Off I go then. Unfortunately, you just caught the end of the stream, so I have to catch up on the VOD or next time. But thanks ever so much for stopping by. So we're looking quite nice with those sales. Just jumping between you gold makers. Okay, 10th Bongula, no worries. So I'm going to finish up here. I want to say a big, massive thank you to everyone who's hung out in the stream tonight. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you. I know you're already asleep, Sharkin, but thank you for the host. And Mozeltov and Mariko for the raids. Thank you very much indeed. You're 70 now. Do you go to Outland or Northern? Go to... well, another couple of levels, GG Laser, and then you should be able to do Karazhan solo. That would be the best one, I would think. Or you're 60. Whichever you prefer. I would suggest Northrend, because I like it personally. Is that Il Saber or I Saber? Thank you ever so much for the follow. Damn horses. Carrot is nerfed for XP. It was okay for me the other day, going from 72 to 80. It was very quick, unless they changed that very, very recently. It was working for me as of a couple of weeks ago. When will I be back? I'll be back on tomorrow. So you should catch me the usual time, about 10 PM UK time, and then I'll be back on again on Wednesday after that. So tomorrow you'll be able to catch me. Well, Monday, it's already tomorrow. 10 PM BST. Yes, thank you, Costa. Thank you, Schoolshane. The next instalment shall be tomorrow, so Rathalic's Heroics at 84 did not work. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can find someone to host. I'm sure there's plenty of people around. Oh, actually, there's not many people on at all. So, we have a choice. Who have we got on? Now, I haven't done Kid Cisco. That's a new one on me. I don't know that one, Madguski do. I was actually looking at its skits, because I haven't done its skits in a long time. Since he started going over and doing Fortnite, I very rarely cross over with him. But he still does do... still does a lot of World of Warcraft. Currently says... do SCO. SCO. I don't think I've got SCO. Weirdly, on my list. I've got... I don't have many of the big streamers actually on. Okay. SCO's gone offline. Okay. Good advertisement. Oh, that's a good point. He hosted someone else. Okay. I tell you who I'm going to do is I'm going to do its skits, because I haven't done him in many, many months. And I could do Towley, yes. Just getting back into WoW. Need some advice. Looking to roll a melee DPS. Don't care about utility, survivability, helping people. Special mechanics. All I want to do is smash face and do DPS. Whichever you think is fun. Okay, there's so many different suggestions. I'm gonna go with skits tonight. So he's definitely a lot more upbeat than me. Has a lot more energy, and that will be a nice change from my my chill stream. So let me just do that and set that up. Right. Okay, let's throw the host over. Best offline streamer is. Okay, yes, sorry Costa, he's a lot more upbeat, so not for everyone. Does have a lot of energy, and but I haven't hosted him in a long time. Yes, apologies Costa. So next time, catch me on tomorrow. I'm going to throw a host over, so thank you again everyone, and have a great rest of your evening.